All right, so we kind of left off with you guys leaving the scene. -1. Yeah, you opened that door and realized.
Yeah, two kids. I imagine it's like, guys, we kind of like put the gun away, like put the gun away because this is not. I put like the sword away as well because that's not help. That's not going to be helping. And just trying to like see the body of their father, assuming shot in the head on the floor.
And they're like,
oh.
There's like one of the kids' hands are bloody from the just like trying to tend, to the head wound and shots. The other one's more of a teen, so like kind of understands that that he's
nice
gone.
City, baby.
It's like guys would kind of just walk over and go and like kind of like stay there and just go, it's okay. No, everything's over.
The teen one will instantly look at you and go, "You're supposed to stop this from happening."
True. It didn't go that way. It's not our fault. Your neighbors were bad men. They had to be taken down. And in all fairness, it was a reaction. It didn't happen. It didn't mean to, it wasn't meant to happen.
That's typical cop speak.
I know you're angry, and I understand that this is not the way this should have happened. It's not the way your life should have gone. You should have had a chance. But unfortunately, it's the way the city is.
So,
if you're willing to, and if you've got nowhere else to go, or you've got no family I can take you to, I can
make 2
arrange
checks.
For you. Yeah.
In the middle of your sentences, you're gonna need one. 2. You need a perception and a persuasion.
Okay. Perception. I'm seriously wounded, so this is gonna be great. That is an 8.
Okay, and then persuasion.
I'm gonna dump the luck into this one because this one I feel like I'm gonna need some help with. I'm gonna dump 2 points of luck to try and offset the wounded. As a 10.
Okay, go ahead and continue your conversation.
Is that a 10 or is it a 12?
Oh, it'd be 12, sorry. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. If you've got nowhere else to go, we can set you up. We can make sure you're able to go to school, you're able to make something of your life. You can take to the orphanage and make sure you have a better start. And this doesn't completely throw your life off. I know it's not. I know it's gonna be hard. But if I leave you here, it's only gonna get worse.
The teen just kind of nods. Goes to grab like a bag that's on the side and then ends up pulling a revolver and pointing it at you. You rolled low on your perception. You don't get to react as like to pull your own weapon, but they don't pull the trigger immediately. It's not like the gun kid's kind of shaking a little bit as this like 8-shot revolver is now pointing right at you. Kid's hand is shaking.
Keeps the hands up. You do understand there are still police, there are still cops in this building. You pull that trigger, you are signing your own your death warrant. I'm the same for your. Is it brother or sister? Like, I'm just gonna like gesture to the other kid.
Kind of like you can like move your head, so you can not like move your arms, but you can like kind of like.
Yeah, she can't like.
Yeah.
Put like kind of like nods towards like. It's just gonna be. It's only gonna end in blood.
You get to make one more persuasion.
Yeah.
See if you get shot.
Come on, dump another 2 points of luck. Fuck it. This is important as Zeitgeist. That's a 16.
Okay.
Better.
So the kid just goes "fuck you" and goes to pull the trigger, but the gun's empty. You hear the click and then like the cylinder rotating, but no shot. So now you'd have the chance. I say you are quick enough to kind of react once you hear the click to kind of like wrestle the gun from this kid's hand without any issue.
Yeah, she's gonna go and grapple him.
Yeah, there ain't no.
Just kind of like I didn't want to have to do this. Like, slaps the cuffs on him. Because he made his choice. Like, she gave him a choice, he made it.
Sorry.
She slaps the cuffs on and kind of just looks at the other kid and go, sorry about this, but you knew what you should have done.
The other kid's in shock, just so you know, not
Yeah.
really responding to anything around him.
Yeah, I kind of go out in the hallway, keeping like the other kid kind of like in front of me, and just shout out to the two Mounties that I called, which I imagine would have still had to be like talked around. Just shout like, Hernandez, Rico, can you come? Go take one in, threatening an officer with a weapon. Can you take the other one to the orphanage, please? They're in shock, but at least we do one good thing out of this fucking mess.
Yeah, they'll listen to you, obviously, kind of go in and... You remember there was 3 doors in this hallway.
Yeah.
The one closest to the stairs opens and a little head a person sticks out. And then, no gun or anything. They're just like, oh shit, cops, and they shut the door.
That's the right...
Yeah, that's the...
That's what you do.
Yeah, as the two Mounties take the kids away, she's going to look around the apartment, and if I remember correctly, there was a PC. There was a computer.
Yeah, so there was a PC that was not hooked up to any network. It was literally just a standalone.
Is it like a data center, or is it like a laptop?
It's like it's a laptop.
Okay, she's gonna close that down and slip that into her carry-all.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a check, because you know this room is currently still inhabited with other cops. Not all of them.
The cops are in the other room.
There's still more.
All right, yeah, I can give it a go. Because the other option is me calling Angel and trying to can you like pilot me through this?
So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't think there's like a option for that. So it's either stealth, most likely. We would just do
conceal reveal object.
Oh, I guess that would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be. I mean, conceal.
Yeah.
I mean, reveal. It's an awareness skill, which is interesting.
But it's based on intelligence, which is I am not clever.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, you made your choice. Go ahead and make
I made
your
my choice. That is a 6.
All right. You still do it. You don't know if
Yeah.
anybody else has noticed you, but you definitely just quickly stuff that in your bag or underneath your jacket, wherever you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if anybody calls me on it, I'm pretty sure I've got dirt on everybody else, and
Yeah, just gotta
Agree.
grace some palms.
yeah. Like once she's gonna head out and kind of go over to it was the detective that was in charge of these Red Knight, wasn't it? There was a guy who was investigating the Red Knight, so I imagine we
Yes.
probably would have turned up around at some point, always around, somewhere around. She'd probably find him and just give him a rundown of what happened and why she was there, and potentially she got a tip off Bar Scav Den, thought make a little bit of extra money on the side, new group of edge runners that were willing to come with her. Turned out to be this. Wasn't what, and managed to get two of the Red Knights down. Kind of just give like a review of what happened and why there's bullet holes in certain places.
Yeah, I got you. Kind of like a play-by-play, kind of just what happened. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
He'll nod, kind of like take some of your notes. We'll talk about this later for more details. That should be enough to. You look a bit hurt. You should go get yourself checked out.
Yeah, I need to go to the hospital. Got a few stab wounds, moist bullet holes. These feel worse somehow. I have no idea how. I'm just kind of sort of like wandering off to call a cab.
All right. So remind me, did everybody leave with Cal, or did Cal just leave with Angel? I just forgot the groups that everybody left in.
I'll hot wait a bike.
I left with not Caracal, with Chayote. Caracal and Angel both left together.
And one left Earth. I got you.
Yeah, they took
One
Piper
left
with them.
the Earth.
One shuffled off his mortal coil.
All right. You get the cab. It's 25 eddies.
Yeah, as I'm heading off, I just send a message to Carl and just say, if you can give me the VIN, I'll wipe it clean and we can get the bike sold and split, make a bit of extra money off this.
Yeah, I'll look around, see if we even need to, honestly.
Yeah, it might already be reported stolen. It might never enter the system. Who knows?
Honestly, hand it off to the claims, get it out of town. Nobody's gonna give a shit after that. But
Fair enough.
eh,
You're willing to buy it off for a decent price?
yeah,
with
we'll shop around.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
remember you do got fixer fees, you got seller fees, yeah, obviously all that. I mean, it's free money no matter what you get. So
Yeah, it's full
yeah,
money.
yeah,
It's extra money.
and wipe fees. So if you do want it wiped, you absolutely can, but that does involve bribing.
Yeah. Yeah, she can't really just go into the system and hit delete.
Yes. No, you don't have that ability. Somebody else does
Yeah.
though. But
Yeah, I'm not quite high enough of that I can just delete things without people noticing.
all right. We'll go ahead and break off to what the others are doing. So we got Echo and El Chayote together. Yeah, where you guys headed off to? What are you guys doing?
Well, we were getting the fuck out of Dodge. Also, one thing
Yeah.
I forgot to mention in the recap, we did meet a friend, the Blue Knight.
Oh,
I don't know if you would call that a
Yeah.
friend.
As you guys leave,
no, okay.
roll me a D100. You do not want above a 90.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Each of you roll it.
Oh, everybody.
I'm rolling everything.
Oh.
Oh,
God damn it.
That's great for me. But you two, Cal and Angel, both you two also need to roll me. Basically, it's to see if events. We have events in Night City, right? So
Ham and pancakes.
you took a cab, so roll me a D100 as well. You need to roll a 95 or higher according to my sheet. So
I got a 70. I got a 63. I rolled it as well.
Oh,
so
perfect.
We said everybody.
Viper, you two. Oh wait, you're dead.
Aw.
Harsh, man, harsh.
All
Get
right.
into character.
Oh yeah, let me get. Yeah, let me get. It's just. All right, so you two continue. Where you guys headed? Like, you guys can have a conversation in the car. I'm just curious where you're headed.
I'm heading to
What car are you
the
in?
nearest.
Or did you guys cab?
Me?
I think we
No,
cab.
we took a cab.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm headed towards the nearest bar. I'm at the moment completely quiet because I know what I did.
Okay.
I don't know what you did because I didn't see it. So I want to go to the hospital, please.
So I did say technically if you were in a cab, you had to roll a 95 or higher because it's worse. You still rolled a 96. So
Literally right on the line.
so as you know, Echo, how wounded are you?
I'm like HP wise.
You could say it meta wise, it's fine.
Okay. I'm 20 out of 40.
Okay. So yeah, so you're kind of driving. Oh, you're not
No, it has
driving,
to
but
be
the driving.
yeah.
You guys.
Wait,
I
do
need-
we?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Are you talking about we get the? No, wait. We got him arrested, didn't we? Never mind. Continue.
Who?
I know it.
You're talking about the shitty
No, go ahead.
cabbie that I use every now
Oh,
and then.
no, we just scared him off. No.
So as the cab's driving, you two are pretty silent in the back seat. You guys see some sort of roadblock or something, so I need you to roll me a d6 to see which king you get.
If it's
Oh, he rolls it or do I roll? it?
Either one of you, or you can roll it together and we can combine it.
Let's combine it. Fuck it.
Okay, we'll do.
I
We'll
feel like the
priority.
one is gonna be bad either way. So
Yeah, so 5.
All right, 5.
We did a Zordon. A Megazord.
I'm skimming through my notes to figure out where I put this stupid place.
The
Where?
question is,
What region did I? What fucking district did I put this in?
was it in Rancho?
I think Pacifica sounds right to me. I think that's where I put it.
It was on
Right.
I think it was on the edge of Pacifica.
Perfect. That'll work. That's fine with me.
at the place where we're at, the haunt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
was that just outside of Dogtown.
Oh yeah, it's the Pacifica.
So yeah, Pacific.
Perfect. Thank you. I like that note. I'll give yourself an extra point of luck for this session there. You're gonna need it.
Oh shit!
Here come the voodoo boys who take over the cab.
So as you guys, the cab suddenly stops, and then there's just this old veteran guy just knocking on the freaking back window.
Oh. Wait.
The back window? Which?
What side?
Oh,
What
like,
side? We'll say. You know what? We'll say. You know what? We'll say it's go ahead, and we'll say it's on Echo's side.
I'll crack the window.
Like, hey, once you hit here, it's 1,000 eddies to get through.
1,000 eddies? That's my response.
1,000 eddies, yes. And
How
and
many
you can
people over here even have 1,000 eddies?
looks you up and down. You.
Mm. Good point.
You gonna make a song about this?
I mean, I could. What's your name?
He kind of like taps his assault rifle just kind of up against the window. 1,000 eddies.
1,000 eddies. Okay, well, it looks like we can't go this way then.
Oh
Should we
no,
turn around. Or
there's no backing up.
How many? I look around.
Yeah.
How many of them are there?
11?
Jesus fucking Christ!
But they're not all like armed to the teeth. 11. But
Is
there
that, like,
are
got a gun or
11.
something?
They're definitely 6th Street. You've already kind of figured this out.
Is he focusing just on Echo?
Make a perception, please.
Uh,
Heavily wounded,
looking
right?
at me. No, I'm not.
Oh, no, you're
I'm
good.
barely wounded.
yeah, he
go.
hasn't been touched yet.
Ignore the -6.
Why you can't fumble?
I can't fumble.
I think that actually.
Wait, no,
I think we figured out
no,
that doesn't.
no.
That only means on attack
No,
rolls,
right.
right?
It's right. I think from the recoveries.
Yeah.
Either way,
I mean, yes. So this it looks like this person is clearly. Assault rifle's not even like pointing, like he's not ready to gun you guys down or anything. He's just kind of like sitting up against the window. He's focusing on Echo for sure. While Echo's trying to be, look,
Like,
you see him
how-
look back behind him.
the reason why I want him to like I have my gun with me, so it's kind of like, and it's already loaded.
Yeah, we both have our guns with us.
Exactly. So it's just like I take a look at Echo, and it's just like, is this motherfucker serious? Like right now, I ain't gonna be taking this shit. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
slowly pull out my fucking assault rifle and literally just jam the fucking barrel right on top of his fucking temple. And it's just like 1,000 eddies.
You hear the 10 other guys just like, start like pulling back their guns, pointing it at the cabs. The cab driver is literally about to run out of this car.
I'm gonna put my finger on Chayote's like the barrel of his gun and be like, are you fellas familiar with Arasaka by chance?
Yeah, who is it? Fuck corpos.
Okay, well, we both have monitors in our bodies that say when we flatline, they swarm.
I like that. Make me a persuasion check, please.
I love how this is like I tried to go. This is news for me.
He definitely, it's not enough, but he has doubt in his eyes. He's definitely, not doubt in his eyes, but doubt of what he's doing. He's having fear. Like now he is like second, guessing himself on if he wants to continue with this. And then he'll suddenly be like, 100 eddies.
I think that's a fantastic deal. I'll just straight up just eye shoot him. Like
Yeah, I know. And then they all kind of move out of the way. And the cab driver's just sitting there shaking.
You can drive.
Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
can't believe, while we're driving, I can't believe you just paid those fuckers 100 eddies.
Yeah. I figured 100 eddies is about what 100 bullets would cost anyway.
I wouldn't be using 100.
I'm gonna pull
I'd
my
be
motto
using
wire
10.
and be like, I wouldn't be using any.
Like that's why I'm like, no. They wanted to pull out their guns. I didn't give a shit. You have a car.
You talked your way out of that one. Yeah, so minus yourself 100 eddies there.
Yep.
You do, as you drive away, they kind of like start talking to themselves while looking at the car as you guys drive away. You can go ahead and give yourself a rep.
Ooh.
But it's probably not the rep you're hoping for, but you're definitely starting to hit the street as a Saka boy. So go ahead, give yourself a rep.
Saka boys.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Is that what your rap group is going to be called when all the hours I can get put the
Oh, the Saka boy.
talent-
Oh my
the Saka
god.
Saka boy.
No, fuck that.
But you guys head off. Are you dropping him off at the hospital?
Quick question: you guys took Viper's body. What are you doing with that?
Oh yeah, it is in the
Did
trunk.
we?
Yeah, you took stuff.
Oh, you know what? That's what I was gonna ask. If we took Viper's body, if you were gonna keep it to dispose of.
Zai would have told you to drop it at her place, but she would have given you an address for.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so
I'll
I'm just
do
gonna
that
be
on the
honest.
way.
Each of you will have to pay 50 more eddies to keep the cab driver quiet.
Quiet for
The body you're about to pull
Oh,
out
the
of
body.
out of his trunk.
Yeah, I'll pay
Alright.
50.
Yeah, I'll pay. You know what? For that, I'll definitely pay 50.
That's what I mean. It's just 100 total, but 50 out of each of you to keep the cab driver a little
Right.
quiet.
Sweet.
Yeah, tying loose. The greasing palms is fine. I don't take kind of
yeah.
paying tolls.
Well, you win like where I live currently.
I pay tolls too.
Oh,
Don't worry about
yeah.
that.
That's why you hate it.
I'll be right back, by the way.
That's fine. We'll switch over to Cal and Angel. What are you guys doing?
Working together to get both the Grundy and the bike over to my garage. And then if Angel wanted to head home, I can take her there, but wherever after that.
Okay, simple enough. Neither one of you are wounded, so no stops are needed. All right, Zeitgeist, where are you heading?
First the hospital, because I need to get
Well,
back
that's
to-
your night, so you're gonna go ahead and pay
Yeah.
what you need to pay.
It's DV13, so 100 eddies.
100 eddies to stay the night there.
Yeah. Get healed up. Then once she's released, she's gonna head home and then start trying to get arranged for Viper to get cremated.
Okay, speaking of that, hold
I
on.
don't think it actually is in the book at all, because I don't think anybody would ever consider an edge runner getting another edge runner cremated.
Hey, you want him cremated?
It's probably the cheaper option,
Uh,
other than just throwing him in the river. That's
I
the
mean,
cheapest
if you,
option.
I mean, so the cheapest option is throwing them in a dumpster and setting the dumpster on fire.
Yeah. She has a bit more respect for him than that.
Okay, that's fair. I'll just say it's like. Oh no, actually, I do have body removal services. That is something that's in one of my sheets. Hold on. But you're doing
I'm not trying
it.
to get rid of it on the. I'm not
you're
trying to
doing
get
it
it on the
logistically.
slide.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but it's still a service. So it's
Yeah,
150.
yeah.
It's 150 eddies.
Yeah, she'll pay that. No problem. He's bought more beer for her than that. Okay. So yeah. Pretty much after she's got all that range, she'd probably put the urn up somewhere until she finds a good place to scatter his ashes. Put on one of his old films and just get shit-faced. Their way of dealing with it.
Absolutely. I think I already rolled enough
I
for
rolled
you.
you the humanity loss. Yeah, I rolled the humanity loss for seeing Viper die.
Right,
If
that's
I remember correctly.
yes, you did. Good old humanity loss.
Yep. She will be going to therapy at some point because she's seen it. She's had enough grief in her life that she knows she needs counseling at some point.
All right. So, Echo, you need to go ahead and pay your hospital bill.
Yeah.
So I believe. Are you seriously injured? I mean, do you have any injuries, or is it just wounded, or just health?
Just my health.
So it's 100 eddies, and then you have to stay the night at the hospital.
Yep.
Okay.
I need new armor.
Angel, while you're sitting at home, you and Echo both get a ding. All it says is from an unknown number. And it's a encrypted text. Not like you have to like. It's more of like the old style where you take like the third letter of every word, kind of. It's not like actual. So you both can make me a check on this. I hope Echo doesn't get it, because that'd just be funny to me. We actually have a skill check for this. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Geography.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do like a cobra.
So make that check for me, please.
Cryptography.
It's under education.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
God damn it.
Ah!
So Echo's looking at this like, and just keeps scrolling through the, just like.
I look at it for way too long. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
This is Angel. This is telling you that you now have a protection detail, and he will be reporting tomorrow.
Okay.
Since you rolled high enough, I'm gonna whisper you something about him. Oh, that didn't work.
That is too old.
That'll work. All right.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
And Echo's just watching some video on Night City Tube.
I know what some of these words mean.
Yes.
Your staff will be
You guys, all the ones that are in the hospital, make sure you guys heal up. Pay your bills. The morning comes, and then you guys all can decide what you want to do.
I will say, Angel might not have noticed it before the mission, but as she is alone in her apartment, she does notice that the painting that was up on her wall did get covered with a sheet.
Hmm.
I'm gonna shoot a message out to everybody that says meet up, and at the bottom it has an emoji of Echo going.
What a hardcore gangster rapper this guy is.
He's transitioning, all right? Don't question.
He's
I'll
making
reply to-
that hard change.
Go ahead.
Just say he's making that hard. It's hard to leave the K-pop behind.
He does the little Korean heart.
Yeah.
All right, so where are you guys meeting up? If you guys remember, one particular person in your group is really important to them that you meet up at different spots and not the same spot every time.
Let's see what we got going on. Can you take us to the map?
Oh, you guys aren't on the map?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, my
We
bad.
haven't been on the map this entire time. We've been on the landing page.
I will argue to say, this is something I noticed. This is technically the 2040s map.
Yes, but we'll still utilize it where needed.
There's got a lot of detail on it.
Is there a bar in Little China?
There's a little bar.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's bars everywhere. There's absolutely is one in.
Is there
Little
a
China.
malt shop anywhere?
Chrome Cross, a dive bar by the Red Crumb Legion. We don't want to go there.
Forlorn Hope.
Forlorn Hope.
Yeah, Forlorn Hope.
There you go.
Let's see if we can get into Forlorn Hope.
They're not gonna let us.
Dim
in.
sum.
So they'll still let you in, even though it's an Edge Riders bar. They don't like just refuse people, right? It's where a lot of these people hang out.
What I'm saying is, do we even have enough rep to actually get in before?
Oh, we've been there before.
Have we?
Yeah, weren't we?
No, F team was.
Our F team,
Oh,
F team, yes. We
Yeah, we
know we're babies.
Fuck it, we ball.
Well, I mean, you're not even babies. You're getting the rep in the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, we're getting
That's the
the
job you
red
want.
I suck at guns.
That's what
For
we
now.
are. What?
Regardless,
Okay, maybe we
Echo
should
puts
go to
that
the
Echo
Forlorn
puts it in the message. That's where he wants to go. You guys can
Yeah.
respond accordingly.
Are you fucking crazy? What is wrong with you? Send.
Okay.
On the side, I'll reply to Zeitgeist and say, give me a date.
Okay, how about Phoenix Dim Sum?
That works. I'm down for some dimmies.
What time? I won't be available to this afternoon.
Nighttime works.
Fucking Echo's text. Nighttime works.
You realize Zeitgeist hasn't responded to any of them because she's still just in a coma of being drunk as fuck. she has not woken up from her late night bender.
What, no copy?
Oh, I'm also gonna shoot Angel a message. Be like, did you get a weird ass message last night?
Is that group or just Angel?
No, just Angel.
Okay.
Forgets and
I'm
says
gonna
it all.
I'll just respond with yes.
I'll respond with, okay, then I won't worry about it. Look really hard.
It's like, guys, you get somebody's like hammering at your door and just goes package.
Like, just like puts the gun away from the people and like just like dressing gown, slippers, just kind of shuffles open, opens the door, the gun's just kind of in her hand because she doesn't care. Just
Yeah, he
kind of
looks at it. He goes, I've seen nicer chrome than that one. And he just
It
drops
works.
the box in front of you. Here you go.
Thank you. Takes the box.
It's
Just kind of
heavy.
look at it. Yeah, she kind of picks the box up and kind of looks and goes, "What the fuck is this?"
All right, so I guess it'll be last time Viper. What's in the box?
Yeah, let me get my character sheet here. It's a foot locker. It's his army
Right.
foot locker. And in it, in addition to like set of class A's folded up nice, all his medals and stuff, there is a complete Blu-ray collection of all of his movies. and whatever gear you hopefully remembered to lift off him.
I didn't lift anything off him. The
Nope.
only thing I took was an USA pistol.
That's the only thing that they took
And-
off for you.
Yeah.
In the sense, a couple of them did talk about it that it wasn't worth it. They wanted, it wasn't worth taking your stuff. And, But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what
so-
you now have is like, guys.
Yeah, she's got like kind of brings tears to her eyes and just kind of
Oh, and his money. Hold on here.
just
So it's not gonna be all the money. So I'm gonna tell you, there's only 500 eddies in there
Okay.
because that's all you could get physical.
yeah. Well, it pays for his funeral and drinks afterwards. So I'll allow that to. You kind of like just
And sort of in the door, rather prominently, is another one of those red wolf head, stylized wolf head unit patches for the Blood Wolves.
Should probably take out the uniform and just kind of say, "It's absolutely nice to send you off in."
And some really nice pictures of him with the strippers down at the crypt.
She goes through like all of this kind of like, oh, this is touching this, and then she sees the pictures of like Viper and naked tits, and oh, come on. Like this is like she was like crying, then all of a sudden the tears have just stopped, dead.
Now it's hatred. Nothing but hatred.
Now it's just kind of like you imagine it's like almost like a palm print on her forehead, and she just like slaps her head into her hands.
Pole dancing in a thong.
I did not need to see this. I did not need to see this. Just kind of like slowly puts them to one side. she would respond to Chayote's text and just probably like the morning right before the meeting. Probably be. Imagine the Night City crematorium just kind of goes pretty fast because the amount of bodies they have to get through.
And the people that work there are very rude.
Yeah, she kind of guesses there isn't going to be like a touching moment. It's like the touching moment is us getting the body to the place. That's where we have the touching moment, or like just before we go inside, not when we're actually there.
I was gonna say, do we have to get a number?
There's a number outside. He's got to pull it out and wait.
Just literally like.
And like they're on number 44, and you just pulled 286.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like we open it kind of like Beetlejuice.
There's just Viper's corpse dressed in like pristine army uniform. We're just sitting there going, "You can go if you want. I'll stay with them." After like the 20 minutes,
He's just sitting in a chair.
Yeah, it would be like that because I imagine the rigor mortis would have set him at that point, and then we've had to carry you in. so he's just gonna sit there T-posing.
He's T-posing in the chair.
Yeah.
We got his sunglasses too. We're doing the fucking Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
That was his best movie.
We'll see. Now it's canon that Viper was in the Weekend at Bernie's as the body.
That's Roll.
Yeah, as the body.
From the 2020s. He was in the remake from the 2020s.
Yeah.
Where he plays a dead Solo.
But it goes through, no problem. You guys paid and everything, and so is it just El Chayote and Zeitgeist showing up, or is anybody else showing up? Oh, that answers that question.
About it, yeah. Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends if they told us about it or not.
I did send out a message to everybody.
They sent out a message.
Okay, yeah. I think Echo would show up.
Cal, Angel, would you guys show up to I was gonna say Butcher. What? My bad.
Everybody get a machete.
Yeah. The Viper's burning.
Cal would not. He didn't know him that well.
Currently, probably not.
Okay. So it's just Echo, Chayote, and Zeitgeist. You guys wait. You wait about an hour. And then he's up and the thing is, you realize they don't take care of him. Like, it's not like they're gentle to the body. They're just like, all right, toss him in. Whoo!
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah, that's what you would have wanted.
And he's so tall and ripped that he doesn't like exactly go in all the way, that they're like trying to shove this guy into the freaking
arms. Like,
yeah.
Nobody got the crowbar.
I mean, at this point, I don't think he gives a shit, right?
Yeah, right. His legs sticking out, and they're just like, get him in there.
Zite would mention to Chayote about the Blu-ray collection because she knows that he doesn't enjoy cinema.
What's a Blu-ray?
Say what now? Fucking Blu-ray.
These old kind of disc things.
No, I know what Blu-rays are.
All right, I had to look it up.
You know how fucking rare that shit is?
No, but there's about like 15 of them.
They come with the special. They're all special editions. They come with like the making of and
fucking commentary. Holy shit!
Yeah, Jerry looks and goes, "I've seen 3 of them. That's it."
It's the Viper Cinematic Universe box set.
They haven't made these in like 50 years, man.
Yeah, you want to swing by and watch one every now and then.
Yeah, no, hell yeah.
know.
I'm definitely down.
I do need a player though. I do need to find that.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, Viper, you got some out of character work to do. I need some movies at some point.
15 movie titles. We've got the Weekend at Bernie's.
I would love it if he like Viper Cinematic Universe. It's like that one guy who's in like the Fast and Furious films, where in every single movie he is in, he plays the same guy named Hector.
Well,
kind of like
16 of them are going to be the Chrome Viper series.
Yeah.
which was like the main series, and then the rest of them are like oddball, like really sophisticated European dramas.
I'm imagining it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he has like his series of like Arnie, and then he has like twins. He has Mr. Bomb, and that kind of thing. Like
Good romantic comedy that nobody saw.
yeah, that bombed. But it's like a cult classic on one small part of the web.
It was the
Alright.
best Hallmark Christmas movie ever made.
Yeah. All right, so that leaves Angel. What are you doing in your downtime?
I just want to paint.
All right, we'll see what you paint. I'll tell you in a sec. Cal, what are you doing in your downtime?
He is heading out to the Badlands, meeting up with the clan. Firstly, so that he can see if he can find a potential buyer for the bike, and just he's doing a little shopping around, as well as just taking care of some business up there. But if he can find a decent buyer from the clan, great. If not, then hopefully someone in the city will do so as well.
All right, it'll be a day before they get, or a day or two before they get back to you, but they'll tell you that they'll announce that they have that vehicle for sale, and see if anybody bites. They won't take a cut if they do find somebody. Oh, I mean, they'll take a cut, but it won't be like as hefty as
It
a
won't be
fixer's
as bad
fee.
as like
Yeah. They'll keep their ears to the ground for you when it comes to that. All right, Angel, you paint. Is that a skill?
Yeah, it's a technique.
Yeah, roll that for me, please.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Figures, baby.
I'm gonna whisper you.
It's impressionist. Doesn't have to make sense.
Just a bunch of lines.
It's just angry painting.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that, and done.
And a random anime eye for no reason.
Yeah, no, it's just fucking Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
All that matters is that it makes sense to me.
Yeah. It's my art. It's my expression on the canvas.
And it's literally just one line.
Okay.
It represents the individual.
All right.
Sacrifice one must make.
You guys then meet up for dim sum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for some dimmies.
Angel, you are gonna be bringing your new protection detail.
Oh, there's like your new friend.
I just love the idea of like Angel just like kind of like is just going there. She doesn't even realize that until she gets in the cab and just the door closes. Just looks across.
Wait, are we all riding together?
Imagine the three of us.
That guy.
No, I mean the three of us who just
Yeah.
went to Vipers. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zai would also mention that the dim sum's on Viper. He left some eddies in it.
No, I never thought that I'd go to a funeral for anybody. Also, I thought you guys were going to be like super lame. You guys are pretty cool.
Oh, that's what you meant. I'm like,
Right.
really? The Night City funerals are kind of like a dime a dozen, man.
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
I've been more than I can count.
I don't get help much.
Oh.
That's not surprising.
What do you mean they're not, champ? Like fucking
There's no funerals. You're just bodies thrown, dude. It's just getting rid
It
of.
is a funeral. That is a funeral.
Angel, you are.
That's a nice city funeral.
In this situation, there will be a cab for you. And your new protection detail will be sitting in the car already.
Okay.
So go ahead and describe your character a little bit to Angel, please.
I'm wearing Arasaka duty uniform.
Duty.
And but he's got kind of an overcoat, Arasaka issued overcoat with it. And you presume he is concealing a certain number of weapons on his person, but it's not obvious. But he is very clearly, to someone who's with a trained eye, an Arasaka thug.
Are you wearing the ninja like cyber
No.
cyber mask?
No.
No. No.
So
No, he's
So what color hair do you have? Are you and whatnot?
blonde hair, blue eyes, fairly nondescriptly handsome white guy face.
Contrary to popular belief, ninjas aren't supposed to fucking stand out.
Just in case, if you look in the back of his shirt, there's just a barcode from when he was cloned from the multiple of other generic white dudes.
But Angel, as you sit, yeah, you kind of get in the back, and he's just sitting there. You can have a conversation.
Yeah, I introduce myself as Captain Baker Mason. You can call me Butcher. I'm your new security detail.
Nice to meet you.
Stick close to me, you'll be fine.
Okay.
You understand, Angel, that you are getting a protection detail because of what's almost happened to you, and they know that Echo is incapable of it.
I've killed like 1 billion people.
But no. They didn't say you weren't a killer. But Sokka Netrunners are protected, and they don't trust you to do it. Not that Echo knows he didn't decrypt no message.
It's going down. Echo starts running.
The one thing you'll notice, Angel, about Butcher is he screams Sokka, Arasaka, just the whole when you're looking at him. Like there's nothing about him that you know. It's not subtle.
Subtlety.
There's no subtlety to there's no subtlety to him.
No, he's spelling subtlety the way Michael Bay spells subtlety.
Yeah.
With explosions.
But Angel, you're welcome on the ride there. You're welcome to have the conversation with him if you wish.
I would go so far as to say is that you can pick up that he is not comfortable sticking out like this. He's not used to this.
Do you maybe want a change of clothes so that you don't scream Corpo?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll tell the cab to stop by the nearest clothing store.
No,
Makeover.
Not with me.
I love NC shirt.
Oh no, yeah, no. If you just, he just goes to the trunk, pulls out a little carry-all bag, quick goes into the bathroom, comes back out wearing the most nondescript generic chic you've ever seen. A man utterly without style, creating a view that is of absolutely no interest to anyone.
Okay. But there we go.
Now, Angel, I'm gonna give you some things that you can make a decision on. Now that you got his name and whatnot, do you want to try looking him up?
Yes.
So you got two options. I'll give you what you get on the outside of a file, but do you want to seek to get further in? That will involve a check from you, obviously. It's not a huge one, but he has a basic file that everybody could see. But there's a lot of tape around it. There's a lot of censorship on his initial file. The only thing you see is his name is right. Like the name he gave you is his name. And his call sign is Butcher, even in Sokka. That is something that is sticking. The one thing I'll tell you though is there's a lot of files.
Okay.
So it's up to you. You can do it later, you can do it now. And if you do it now, it doesn't take any time. You're doing it all with your just kind of remotely trying to poke in on him.
Yeah, I want to try to get a little information on him just so that I know who's going to be stuck to my hip.
That's good to know. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have you go ahead and make me electronics and security tech check.
Okay, I'm fairly good at that.
I'll whisper you. I want to keep it a secret for everybody else what you get.
Okay. Okay.
There's one name that is attached to his file, which I'll type right just in chat, not a big deal.
Okay.
You're not sure why, but that name does come up maybe once or twice while you're kind of digging in on him.
Okay.
And then the whispers the rest.
Okay. Let me... I didn't take that. There.
You're welcome to keep checking, but at this point, any check that you keep going is a risk of getting caught. But it's up to you if it's... If you want the answer to that question, you'll have to make a security check.
Was that just the same one that I just rolled?
Yes, I do note if you fail, there will be consequences because you will be caught snooping. But you can check. It's your call.
I'll just leave it alone for now.
Okay. But he's now sitting next to you in I Love Night City t-shirt and jeans, and and he's just sitting there next to you.
Like Bermuda shorts and flip flops, you know, whatever. It's heavy rain, so he's not dressed like a tourist. He is from Night City.
Yeah, I know. It's a joke. I know. It's just normal.
He's
normal
from the
place.
fancy part of Night City.
Everything has that like new smell that he's never actually worn it. It still smells like he's just bought it.
No, he's had this for a while. This is just what he wears on about.
Me time.
All right, Angel, anything else you'd like to say to him? Or you just be a quiet ride for some dim sum?
Just a quiet ride for some dim sum.
All right, Butcher, do you say anything, or are you also just going to have a quiet ride for some dim sum?
I've got my files on them up, reviewing them.
Okay. I'll say some things publicly, kind of as you're kind of digging in on Echo and Angel. What you know, one, as I already mentioned, out of character, Angel's your number one priority. Echo's your number two. You are to assist them in anything that they are required to, regardless of it's Sokka orientated or not. So what I mean in that sense is if Angel goes and does something completely against Sokka, you are still expected to back her up and report it. As you feel fit, right? You will not be held for consequences based on what Echo and Angel do. Echo's in the same boat. You are to keep an eye on him. If he does something that you feel is out of grounds, you are to just report it. As you all three are expected, this isn't anything new, just so you know, you're all three expected to report what you do. You guys just report it as you guys feel fit.
I would never do anything at Sokka. No way.
No way, Jose.
But that's what you're
I
expected.
love Arasaka. I love my job.
But the bottom line is, no matter what they do, you are to protect them to the end, and then let Sokka decide what if there are any consequences towards them.
There's a little pop-up going, Echo.
You will not be paid for this job. You have they feel like you've been paid enough. You're paying for something else. We both know what I'm saying. This is more of you trying, you will not be paid for your time protecting them. But you are allowed to take any eddies on the side. Anything that you find and whatnot will be yours.
I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And you guys arrive for some dim sum. First one's there. I'm gonna roll. So that's Angel and Butcher. You guys are the first ones to arrive at the dim sum place.
Punctual.
I don't know how you want me to run this, but I maxed out my perception. And my solo skill right now is set to fumble recovery and threat detection of 1. And basically, if you want me to call for a perception roll every single time, great. But I essentially always have it on, and I'm always looking for threats when it comes to.
So what does
Angel
threat
Echo.
detection do, actually?
It
Threat
just bumps up your
detection gives
perception.
you. It gives you a +1 to your perception rolls.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind, that your head's on a
So,
swivel constantly. And...
I've got a base 14 in perception with that on.
Jesus Christ.
All right, that's good to know. I'll still have you make checks occasionally, but no, you don't have to do it every time. I'll keep in mind that your head's always on a swivel. I know that's what you're here for. You're always scanning. I also give you the benefit because of kind of what your role is. While you're scanning, you can get the basic details of people. You know, like when you look through, you can scan somebody, see if they pop up. You know, any flags on anybody in the area.
Great.
But good note is, you know that scanning doesn't work on you, Echo, or Angel. There's no files to be found.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is
Or
nice.
me, but that's just because people don't keep records on
Yeah,
it.
there's a different reasons, but yeah, exactly. All right, so we'll see who's coming in next. 2 will
But
be.
you mentioned like anybody who Echo and Angel, I always imagine Angel sitting there very quietly and Echo in the background just going, just like a complete idiot in the back.
All right, Zeitgeist, El Chayote, and Echoes do now show up to the dim sum place,
God, I'm fucking.
and
hungry.
you see Angel sitting with somebody else.
Who the fuck
obviously
is
with-
that?
This is
That
my
is
new
the most-
friend.
This is the most awkward table I've ever walked up to.
El Rubio? This guy?
Who's
Mhm. He's my new friend.
He's blonde, you dumbass.
Oh, why am I dumb for not knowing Spanish?
All right, so Butcher has the benefits we talked out of character. Zeitgeist comes up when you scan as a cop. Details are there. El Chayote also comes up as an ex-gang member. Ex.
Okay.
But they do both come up with a little bit of info.
I'm holding my peace, just watching people. This guy doesn't talk a lot, so
You're literally just constantly looking around the room. Not what it is.
I give you eyes until she says you're cool, and then I'm.
Back to scanning.
I am not in the least bit concerned what you people think of me.
If I had any sense, El Chayote, he was about to kill you.
You could try.
That would be some dinner entertainment.
I want to turn and look at Echo and say he's also your new friend.
Wait,
Oh, I know you from
Lock
somewhere.
eyes with Echo and smile.
I imagine the smile doesn't reach the eyes.
You guys suddenly hear a very loud truck.
And there's Carl.
yeah, I was gonna say that to speak at the devil.
Dad's here.
And then Cal shows up at the dim sum place.
I will do a little bit of change to that. You don't hear anything.
Oh, you don't hear anything. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, you put a muffler this time.
You're expecting to be like, oh yeah, Cal should be here in a little bit, and he just walks in and be like, I didn't hear fucking anything from that goddamn Grundy. And he walks in. As he approaches the table and sees the new guy, I think the two of them look at each other and they kind of like clock each other. The information that you would get from him is that like known affiliates, Snake Nation, Nomad Clan, and then a little like addendum like at the bottom where it's like previous clan was hired by Arasaka during the Unification War. One little thing that might like you might pick up is I don't think birth date would probably be on there, but they do have an approximate age of 22 currently. Unification War was 7 years ago.
Oof. Okay.
He was a baby.
Right, and you guys now have the scene.
6 years ago at this point. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You guys have the scene now, so
Yeah.
go ahead.
And I think that information, Butcher would clock, be like, oh, this guy knows my type. He's seen plenty of people like me. because he fought alongside them. And so the two of them, I think, like, Cal, like, has to resist the urge to, like, reach for a handgun just to have just to have a grip on one. And he just, like, the two of them are just sizing each other up right now.
Thank God you finally put a muffler on that thing. Right, getting rid of all those fucking noise complaints was annoying as hell.
Actually, I don't want to interfere, but all of you can make me a human empathy except you, Zeitgeist. 15 or higher realizes Zeitgeist might be a little drunk or
Human perception.
yes, that's what I meant. Yeah, 15 or higher.
What do you? 15 or higher? Okay, Echo.
Damn.
I'm not saying Zeitgeist is full drunk, but you would have you'll get the drinking idea.
Tipsy.
Oh, Jesus, look at that.
What
So
difference?
Butcher and Echo both know Zeitgeist is giving off that like either drunk or like hungover kind of vibe.
Yeah, I would have said I could probably would have noticed in like the cab ride over as well, just like guys pulling from the hip flask and just swinging every now and then.
And Butcher just
What
knows
time
because
is
the
it?
Butcher just knows.
What time is it?
What
Later.
time?
I know things and I
Dinner?
stop them from breathing. That's my core competencies.
Dinner time.
I was gonna say time to get some dimmies.
Oh.
So,
I'm fucking hungry.
so, who's the samurai?
Yeah, who's the samurai? The Echo's behind Kiriko.
He's mine and Echo's new friend.
I don't
My
know
name
this
is
guy.
Butcher. I'm here to help.
Worrisome.
He
Wait,
He
you're-
goes back to his coffee,
You're
black coffee.
the replacement.
he has been
I'm here
appointed to protect us.
I'm here to keep them safe, and by extension, I suppose I'll keep you safe too.
I'm gonna look at Angel and see if she's giving me the help me eyes. Just like,
I give him just a little nod that's like, he's okay.
Wait, but we protect us.
where this is an
You
edge running
do
gig. You have to
a
protect
job
yourself at a certain
protecting
point.
you. I'm here to
Yeah.
provide competent protection.
What are you trying to say?
What does that mean?
There's just the company thought it best to have someone present whose main job is to make sure that they come back breathing.
I look at the two non-corpos of the group, just kind of like making sure we're all on the same page. Like, this might get sketchy.
As you look over, Zeitgeist is just talking to a waiter and pointing at the menu. He's not paying attention whatsoever.
And just to be clear, I'm happy to help out. My mission is to help out, but my mission is to keep them safe.
You're gonna have your work cut out with that one. She points at Echo.
Man,
Goes-
they
goes
really
back to
need to
ordering.
start telling me about these things.
That was the message
Echo
you
and I
got.
will get along just fine.
What message?
He deleted it.
You know what,
Yeah,
I
Echo?
was like, what's this junk? And I deleted it.
I don't know that number. Dude.
Like, I was sitting. How about this? When I was sitting next to Angel on the same side of the booth, and then when Echo showed up, I got up so that he's in the middle, and I'm on the outside next to those two. Like, I'm gonna be a mother duck for a little bit here.
Speaking of duck, you guys get a giant plate and multiple plates of food that Zeitgeist just ordered. And Angel does get duck pancakes.
Duck pancakes. Wait, is the duck in the pancake or on
It's-
top of the pancake?
It's the shredded. It's the shredded duck where you get little pancakes that you roll up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's like a
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah,
Okay, it's that kind of pancake. I'm like,
yeah.
But there's just food kind of mixed in. There's all kind of dim sum and whatnot, just kind of mixed in on this plate where anybody can just kind of pull off what they want off of it.
But before I start eating, I'm gonna look at Butcher and be like, Are you supposed to taste this before I eat it?
I think you're fine.
Okay. Worst comes to worst, we stick a finger down your throat, hope for the best.
I know the Heimlich maneuver.
Been there, done that.
No, Butcher has a bottle of Ipecac at the ready.
I just clap him on the back like, eat up, buddy.
So basically, like, that goes all just to kind of give you guys a bit of vibe, being a little bit jokey and messing with them. But Butcher's got practically a straight face during the whole, like, pat him on the back, let it like go ahead.
I'm not even gonna use my fingers. It's full cyber snake. Just
Not only you're making it, you're getting it out. The snake's going in, grabbing it, and pulling it out.
That's supposed to stay in there. Put it back in.
That's a wrong. My apologies.
He's holding a set of chopsticks while he's eating, and you get the feeling that he's kind of evaluating whether or not he's going to be able to go in after it with the chopsticks.
Do we get paid yet? Did you get a message about payment yet?
You're the one who's been arranging this shit.
Look, man.
Who has messaged the client?
Why it was you.
Yeah, I was going to
Have
say.
you told them we've done the job?
Hey, wait. In his defense, he just came out of the hospital this morning.
Yeah.
Has anyone actually messaged the client yet?
No.
Because that is how we get paid.
I will message the client.
Yeah, we only got paid for the bounties. Wait, thank you, by the way, for reporting that, guys.
She's like stuffing her face with food.
Wait, hold on. We need to. Do we do the job?
We got rid of the Red Knights.
We did.
Are they all dead for sure? What about the Blue Knight? We never figured out who he was, huh?
We went high to kill him.
Did they mention to kill Blue Knight? They only mentioned killing Reds, right?
Yeah.
We got 3.
What if the Blue Knight was the client?
Zeitgeist
Didn't sound like it.
Zeitgeist throws a sumai at Echo.
I'll send the message. Who's dead?
Hey, Zai, you got any head profiles of the knights that we killed?
Yeah. She reaches into, pulls out her like a physical agent and just slides it across the table to Cal. Like the headshots of like the 3 of them.
So the one that Cal killed, if you remember, it looked different. But the 2 that you just killed they look identical. Like almost
One
their
big,
face.
one
Yeah. The one's height difference, but their face structure is exactly the same.
They're clones. Probably. Do we have the technology for that?
Yeah.
You guys can't just lift up the food you're eating.
Echo, you suddenly get hit by an NDA. You can't talk about that. Not from Sokka.
Do we have the
Simultaneously with the ping going off, my head just snaps over to Echo.
Yeah.
You hear a crack as he turns his neck.
Daggers at him, literally. Like,
I'm gonna look, just kind of like do a cursory glance around. Nobody's paying attention to us?
Absolutely not. You ordered, you got your food. Echo, with him being silly, does kind of help you guys fit in a little bit in this place.
I am going to slide the agent back and say, one minor problem. We're missing one.
What?
The one we saw in the brain dance is not there.
Oh, fucking hell.
The one who
Garcon,
originally
really,
fucked with the sun.
I really want you to understand at this moment how angry I am at you. I will assure you it will pass.
I'm just saying, I want you all to watch your backs in case you just randomly get mugged in a fucking alleyway by a dude in red armor.
But that means that our job's not done. We have to kill that one too now.
Aware. I thought he would have been in the apartment, but clearly not.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
there anything in the apartment?
Zykai reaches down, pulls out the laptop, and slides it across to Angel.
wait, where the hell did you get that?
Do you know the apartment where you killed the dad?
Huh?
You know what? I'll tell you. You know what? Roll me a d4.
Another. Thanks for reminding me.
Like
Yeah,
us-
more humanity lost. Okay, one, just one.
Zeitgeist is not on form at the minute. She is completely out. Like she's just like there is no filter to her at the minute.
Wait, there were kids in there?
Yeah, there was a teenager.
I'm very glad I wasn't shooting at everything that had a heat signature. Fuck.
I got to the corner like, oh.
You're telling me.
Oh shit! Sorry, forgot about that. Yeah, have some gyoza. She passes across a plate of food.
Literally just like.
Did you mark your one?
Yeah, I already did.
All right, good.
During the discussion of did we actually finish the job, I'm just looking at my coffee, very pointedly not looking at them, sipping my coffee. And at the mention of killed the dad, my eyebrows visibly go up. I just kind of looks around and go back to my coffee.
I'll notice. Like, actually, you know what? Let me.
Yeah, make that
Let me see what I
perception. Yeah, yeah.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and flip open the laptop.
15.
Yeah, you notice him just kind of give you a glance.
It wasn't on purpose.
I give him
was
one
a
of these, like, no, I understand. Shit
It
happens.
was a hunt, man.
But
mean,
you're
in
gonna
all
understand
fairness-
eventually that we are really good at our jobs, and then there's other times that we're really not good at our jobs.
In all fairness, if this computer has incriminating evidence, that means he was a collaborator and he was kind of asking for it. So, we'll see.
Who the fuck opens a door in the middle of a gunfight?
Angel, make a security. Same thing that you were making for the electronic security tech.
I just imagine in one hand there's just like a rolled up pancake, the other hand's just typing.
Oh!
Oh shit, man.
Nice.
I found your social security number, motherfucker!
Social security, credit card, date of birth, modern maiden name.
Those
Pornhub search history.
hidden.
Fucking searching.
For a minute, I was very concerned that that's all you were gonna send me, champ.
No. That was me actually
line.
hitting enter.
It's all just cat memes. What the fuck?
Just us loudly playing like kids' cartoons.
Regardless, we do have enough, I would say,
Okay.
evidence that if we wanted to get paid, we could probably convince the client that, hey, they've been taken care of, and then just take care of the last guy on the sly, if we needed to. But
Well, for the amount of luck that we have, what would happen was we would report him as dead. He would come out of hiding, and then that redneck would go murder him. It would cut off
Probably.
any kind of reputation you would have for doing a good job.
we would get paid.
I really need to do a good job.
I imagine he's just staring at Butcher at this point, like, I really need to do a good job with this.
If this guy is going to be a problem for us, I need to see him in the ground.
He will definitely be a problem.
From what I can tell, he seems to be the mastermind here, so more than likely.
So let's go put him in the ground.
We gotta find the
he
fucker
is.
first. Yeah,
I like
we have
this
yet
guy.
to see him in person.
So, this computer has 3 weeks worth of video and audio from the haunt,
That's gonna be terrible to watch.
as well as a very long search history of Pornhub.
That's not surprising.
All right,
Let's get lonely.
we're gonna ignore that.
I can
So
handle
you're
the
gonna-
second part.
So we're gonna have to actually spend some time to look through the video and see if they give away any information that we can use.
It's 3
That's
weeks
gonna-
worth, yes.
We're gonna have to. I mean, granted, the only ones we care about are the ones involving the night, so we can skip through a good chunk of it, I imagine. But
Let's hope
it
so.
would that's still actual searching. Fuck. All right. Well,
Get some beers and pizza and just sit down and watch the fucking shit.
we got we,
house
we
we
got
going
a we got a corpo apartment that we can go to.
That point.
It
Do you think he has video games at his apartment?
The TV will be taken over watching this shit.
Man.
That's bogus. He has one TV.
I was gonna say there's more. I was gonna say there. Yeah, there's.
Zeitgeist hasn't actually been there, so she doesn't know.
Sorry, one moment.
Yeah. God, I'm not gonna lie. I also just want to see what car he has because I have yet to actually see it, and we were told we had access to it. So
It was a sports car, wasn't it?
it was a supercar. I just don't know what kind.
Is it going to be a Quadra? Is it going to be a Mizutani?
I mean, might as well, though. I will mention the place is a fucking mess right now.
It's fine.
I do mean like actual like blood and shit.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that part. And
Not once did he say that we had to return it in mint condition.
On the bright side, it's mostly angels in mine's blood.
That doesn't make it better.
That's supposed to say on the inside.
That was my inside blood.
It's internal bleeding. It's okay.
That's where the blood is supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can. God, that's gonna be a fucking chore. Fuck.
I'm sure they have cleaners by now. Someone's gonna go by and clean the place.
Possibly,
I
but
thought we were gonna have to leave them a tip. Fuck. All right.
corpos don't.
Yeah.
Tip.
I think we could probably do it in shifts so that we're not like all. If we don't want to all be there at once, we can do that. But as long as one person is continuously doing it,
You also could technically cut the video up.
we could all just take a chunk of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like watch parts and then give it together, kind of see maybe what you can figure it out.
So I'm gonna say that it's probably safer for us all to be together until this guy's dead.
I will mention that at this point.
Last time I fought him with Angel, that sucked.
That wasn't even him. That was someone else.
You two are leaving my sight until he's dead.
See, I can't go anywhere without this guy.
We'll do it in shifts. So,
Hey, what? Maybe you have to go to the bathroom.
I don't know.
They aren't leaving my sight until this guy's dead.
Nothing I want to be too not used to, I guess.
for a split second, I guess I was going to say to Chayote, you never been around me drugs testing, then remembered, oh yeah, no, he wouldn't have been.
Are you with your assigned bathroom buddy?
Do you have your moving buddy?
Yep.
Master meat gazer. That's what we call them.
That's crazy.
Well, that seems to be our task for the next day or two.
However long, yeah.
I'm going to look up in whatever Arasaka Intel databases I have access to. I'm going to look up everything they have on the Red Knights. And then when I see all the stuff that clearly these people know that didn't get reported, I'm going to ask Angel and Echo for everything they have on the Red Knights.
Okay. For the sake of it, we can say they kind of just, move that info over to you. That they've killed the 3. None of them were the scav that were in the brain dance. That's the leader, quote unquote. Angel, do you finish your pancakes?
Yes.
I tell Butcher all about my foray with Big Joe.
Do you overtell it, or do you tell it as is?
I just tell it as is.
Okay.
He was big. His name was Joe.
Good thing his parents saddled him with that name then.
I know, right? How fortuitous.
But you got him with the wires, and no, you shot him. I don't know. I wasn't sure if you wired him or you shot him. I can't remember.
I did both.
Oh yeah.
That guy got my whole arsenal.
All right, so you guys you're gonna need 2 cabs.
Why
Or
is it?
one Uber X.
No, we can get a big. We can get a bigger one, right? We can ask for one. No.
You know what? Sure. For 60 eddies, I'll let you get a bigger one.
Sure.
But I mean, you got Cal, so I figured you only need
But that's his. He's just gonna walk over and go. I'm going with him.
We don't all fit inside Cal's car, right?
No, we need a
I
taxi.
didn't bring my car.
Oh,
Oh.
fucking. That makes sense. What? Wait, how did you? You didn't walk, did you?
He flew here.
Let's
Did you
head over.
actually fly?
We'll pay the tab and we'll head out.
Yeah, the tab's been paid by Zeitgeist already.
As Cal like walks out, he kind of walks like not around the corner, but like over to like a nearby alley, and it seems like he's just like walking up to like a wall before he grabs something that is just like apparently not there. As you see the optical camouflage disappear from the new bike that he has.
Oh, right.
That's fancy as fuck.
How much do
I like
you pay
it.
for that shit?
It's part of the clan. I don't pay shit.
What the fuck? How the hell did your clan get that?
You should see some of the shit they rock. It's pretty cool.
Damn. I should have been. Is it too late to join a nomad group at this point in my life?
You can have that midlife crisis.
It's a little difficult, but not impossible.
You want to put on the leathers and go ride and pop
Let me
sandy
add that to
places.
my docket. Join nomad clan. Thank you.
So it does not currently have the extended visor up, but you all see his brand new decked out Highwaymaster Artemis currently resting up against the kickstand as he brings it over. It does seem that it has been like modified somewhat. It is not like just traditional. Like a couple things have been added to it, but yeah,
That's a Tron back, right?
basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you have a picture, you can share it in the. I don't know if you got one for that one.
I put it on Discord.
Oh, nice. That's so nice.
Yeah, Zai just kind of like actually like kind of sobers up for a bit and kind of walks over and just starts like looking all over it. Like actually, vehicles are one of the few things she's actually interested in.
Do you want to make a what would that be? A land vehicle tech check?
Yeah.
Yeah. See what any extra bells and whistles it might have.
Let's see how good it is. 10, probably not. Probably just know the basics of it.
Yeah, you get the basic. You know what the
Yeah.
Artemis is.
Bulletproof glass will come very in handy.
All right, so the rest of you are gonna share a $60 cab.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll pay $10.
There's still 50
At least-
eddies
at
that
least
still need to get
50
paid.
No, I'm
for the
paying.
other four
I
of
was
us.
doing the math here.
50 for the other 4 of us.
I'll put 10. You know what? No, I'll put 20. Because you paid for the food.
When the hat comes to me, I just kind of look at Echo, like,
You want to get protected, you got to pay.
I'm an angel both.
I paid 10
And I'll
already.
just hang there for a beat.
You nudge. Nudge.
So that leaves 30 eddies for this cab.
I
Yeah.
paid 10. I paid my 10.
So that leaves 20 to you, Angel, for the cab. You gonna cover it?
Yeah.
Okay, mark off 20 eddies. Big old like SUV kind of cab comes.
So like guys jumps in the front because there's probably not enough room in the back. And also she wants
You know what?
to get
Since
away
you jumped
from
in the front, roll me a D100. Stay under a 90.
All right, let's see.
Not again.
16. Also, she's still kind of weirded out by the new guy who just doesn't stop staring at everything.
Yeah, Butcher takes a seat in the back so he can see all of you. Yep, you're all within sight.
I'm imagining like Butcher sitting at the back in the middle with the two kids on either side.
Yeah, I just do like, I turn around and
making
just
sure that
fuck, what the fuck, man?
I love the idea of like making sure they're both buckled in before he buckles himself in.
Oh, and you notice that the carry-all bag he's carrying does not go in the trunk. It stays up front with him.
You gotta just
So you get to the rented apartment with no issue. You guys all know the code to get in and the code to use the elevator. You get up there. You step in. It's covered in blood. Dried blood.
Yeah. They haven't cleaned it yet.
Butcher, yeah, this is new to you, obviously. Yeah, this place is just covered in blood. And funny enough, it's angels and echoes. It all makes sense.
Yeah, I messed that guy up pretty good too, but it's all right.
You did cut him up pretty good, yeah.
So I guess just walks over to like any kind of cupboard and just starts looking for a mop.
This corporal hasn't cleaned a day in his life. There's nothing in
Yeah.
there. Oh,
well.
Cal. That's what's in the garage.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a quarter.
It's a Quarto.
Quarter.
Let's go.
I change
Hell,
into
yeah.
my tactical Arasaka uniform and then put the sword on. So now there's a katana handle sticking up.
God damn it.
And you can see
Wait, you're with Arasaka?
and you can see that he's carrying like a combat knife and Yukimura on his hip.
Like guys just like looks at her sword, mine's bigger. Just walks
Not
away.
the size of the sword, it's how you use it.
That's a lie well told.
I just kind of look and smile and go, mine's got tricks.
It's
And just sit
mine.
down.
So it's mine as she presses the button, you see like electricity pulls through the blade.
Ooh. Impressive.
Okay, let's stop comparing.
This is a weird shipping contest.
All right, so how you guys doing this? So Angel has the laptop.
And take roll if they want to know what this is, but
You could split it up, but that does mean each of you will have to make a check. I'll be out of character with you guys. Or you can hook it up to the TV, which will take longer, but all of you can kind of like all be looking, you know what I mean? Looking at it, glancing at it.
It'll be faster
I-
if we split it up, but
I'm going to
How
help
many
you out
TVs?
a little bit here. I really suggest Angel doesn't watch.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that vibe as well. It's like maybe not full.
Yeah, the last time they saw footage from these motherfuckers, they think I agree.
Yeah. How many TVs do we have in this place, John?
So I'm going to roll.
Cal comes up from the garage. They're like, "Fucker's got he's got a fucking closet."
He's got 6 TVs in this place.
Oh, perfect. What do you know?
That's a lot of screen. Fucking hell.
So again,
Is there a
as I
TV in a
mentioned,
fucking microwave?
you can break it up where each of you will make a check, or you can put it and it'll be a little quicker, or you can put it on one, or you can do 2 groups, and you know what I mean, and like do half and half, and still have multiple
Split
people
up
looking at it.
How we
Yeah.
go? Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it would be better to do like at most groups of 2. Yeah, groups of 2.
Yeah.
Like that would leave it to without Angel in this
Yeah.
case. That would leave.
I
like,
clap Echo on the back. Well, he's my buddy in this little class project.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah. I'm not objecting. Well, we
Now
can
leave
change-
somebody solo, or are you just gonna do 3 and 2?
We do 3 and 2.
Yeah, so what we can do is just rotate up. So like one person just like
Yeah.
4 hours to like, just swap in that way.
So
So
what?
we
Angel's
just,
gonna
like,
go
2
like go
hours.
into the bedroom and just.
And she go play video games.
Technically speaking, she's still got a cyber deck she needs to crack. If she wants a side project.
That is true.
true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, remember
I'll
it's
probably do that.
it's a relic, so it's from a time before yours. So it'll be interesting. For Angel would really appreciate like being able to take some time and getting into that.
You know,
I like
I
the
don't
levels.
know.
Okay.
I think 2 and 2 sounds a little bit better. It's even, you know?
So what? One person's gonna sit one out.
You know where he's going with this.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
I just kind of go, good thing, Echo. And put, like, guys pulls out a Blu-ray and just hands it over to El Chayote. That's one of Viper's best ones. You might want to start with that one.
Well, I mean, someone has to stay with Angel, right?
Yeah, Chayote can go in the other room and he can put her on the background while she works.
Echo. How much do you want to pay me?
I'm gonna be honest here.
How much do you want to pay me?
I don't know how much I could really handle looking at some stuff like that.
If we give you some creativity, some things to write from lived experience.
No, it's fine. If he, Echo, are you squeamish?
A little bit, but I'm not the one doing it. You know,
No, it's fine.
there's a switch that gets flipped, and that switch isn't flipped right now.
Oh, so right now you're not Killer Echo, I see. Okay.
I have not been activated by Arasaka at the moment.
The sleeper agent.
All right, but here's the trick. So I will mention that puts Echo and Angel in the room. How's Butcher react to that?
Exactly.
Well, if she's gonna be, I'm not too concerned, but I want someone to have eyes on her in case she does hit some black ice.
So Echo will
And we
be in
need to
there
break the
technically with her, so your call.
I'm still gonna check on him like every 5 minutes.
Oh
or
yeah,
so.
you could still you could still like pop the door open, you know, like they're your kids.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Every 5 minutes, you just hear the
in
door
here.
open. You see Butcher stare into the room. Nod, shut the door.
I love the idea of Butcher like setting up like a nanny cam in the corner of the room, just so he can like occasionally just have a little screen next to him to like check on them.
All right, so Angel, you're going to be in there, obviously keeping your mind and hands occupied with the cyber deck. Echo, what are you going to do in there? Just watch TV?
I'm gonna watch TV. I'm gonna do some writing. And so I was looking
You
for
write some
something
music.
that
I just like
That,
the image of Echo standing like the cupboard, like pretending to rap, like just like in his head, just, like in the corner, just like spitting bars.
Echo's writing process is kind of silly. He has like his notes, and then he's also playing video games on another screen, and then like every 2 seconds he like pauses and goes over here to write something, and then pauses again.
There's no video games though, so
Yeah, and then he
It's
sends out an
process.
email on this one, and then like
He's got too many screens, none of them doing anything, just full ADHD.
so no video games. So what are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah. So
Oh.
since there's no video games, what are you going to be doing? You might be
Yeah.
writing, but what else are you doing?
Probably fixing up my rifle, making sure it's still in operating shape.
That's a pretty boring day for Echo, right?
Pretty boring, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll later to see if you fall asleep, but right now. All right, so it's Zeitgeist and Cal would make the most sense. El Chayote and Butcher. Each of you will get half. Who wants the beginning half?
I'll take the later half.
All right, so you and El
Yeah, we'll take
Chayote
us
will
off.
watch the second half of
That'll
this.
let me keep an eye on Angel as she's getting started. Because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen early, I imagine.
The info you need. That's fine. So you guys will take the second half of the video. We'll just say Angel cut it down the middle, sent you guys the files. No issue. You guys got 2 TVs up. So in that case, that means Zeitgeist and Cal, you guys get this first half. So I'm gonna have you guys make a check, Cal and Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
You're gonna make 2 checks for me.
Let me guess, concentration and perception.
Yes, exactly.
Thought so.
Concentration definitely is something that can,
Gotta
yeah.
pay attention for a long time. Any order?
Nope, no matter.
All right. The 12 and a 13 for me.
Not
I've got the
bad.
same in both.
You too, Cal.
Concentration 17, perception 18.
Nice. Echo, make me a concentration.
Concentration.
Yeah. Zyd's still sobering up.
God, you don't fall asleep. You're focused on your rifle and whatever's on the TV plus the writing. You're pretty good. All right. So you guys kind of skim over a little bit at a time. I'll come back to you, but you see a lot. you get a lot that this was actually from the quote unquote dad from next door. You knew something was weird was going on at first. He wasn't quite sure. You see a lot of recordings of him, like somebody's coming up the hallway, and he'll just kind of pop a camera, watching them walk to the door and stuff like that. Yeah, Kyle, yeah, exactly. You already know where this is gonna go. So you see a lot of people coming and going. You see a couple body-sized bags come and go. And sometimes you might see a drugged up woman, drugged up guy kind of also being escorted to this room. And this guy's being very quiet about his camera. Like usually they're past it and he just kind of like opens the door. He pretends to be like putting some garbage out in the hall. And he kind of just leans forward, you know what I mean? Snaps back. So the first hour you guys do it, you don't really get any of the info you're looking for other than, confirming it is clearly a haunt, but you knew that. So we're gonna snap to the other two. So El Chayote and Butcher, you guys watching the second half of this thing also need to make me a perception and concentration.
17-20.
Nice.
I'm good at those.
Yeah, you personally probably did not want to roll high on that concentration check, funny enough.
Too bad. I know. I've already lost. I can get it back. It's okay.
And you too, Butcher. Perception, concentration.
Oh, sorry. I got a text from my son. Concentration.
Oh no.
Oh,
Not paying attention.
You know, that actually fits because he's constantly checking in on
Yeah.
Angel and Echo. So for the hour, Angel, Echo, you see him at least 30 times opening and closing the door, by the way. Yep. Yeah, it's not like he bothers you or anything, but pops the door up and looks at you both, shuts the door, goes back.
worse than a youth pastor.
El Chayote, so your first hour of focusing, I'm going to say not, Butcher doesn't really get all of this. It's almost the same thing, but now he's a little more alert. Like, so at this point in the second half of this thing, like, he knows there's something bad. What's shitty about this is you also can realize through a bit of your hour watching, he's already contacted the police 3 times. They blinked an eye, ignored them, whatever, fuck off. It's a waste of our time where you live. In the meantime, you also see him trying to raise his kids. You see him trying to keep them completely out of it, and you see that he's constantly looking up apartments because you get a gist that he's looked up places to live, family members, trying to get them out. You need to roll me another d4. This topic is going to be touchy for at least a week for you until you get out of this week.
There you go. That's the 4. That's the -4 total.
But as you're watching, Butcher's kind of watching in and out with you. You do notice a lot more of, you guys catch more bodies being disposed of. You might see a body being dragged down the hall. You might see some limbs. You might see you see a lot of bags coming and going. You do see Big Joe occasionally kind of like walking the hall, dragging things around. But what you guys do get out of the first hour is the scavs suddenly got on high alert for one reason. So the dad was pretending to go out. He was going, he's acting like he was going to go to the elevator and leave, and then somebody else came up. Both of you can roll me lip reading.
Oh, that one I'm not good. That's in
Awareness still.
Lip reading.
awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. 12.
Alright.
Not bad, not horrible.
Butcher, you just made it. This guy's grumbling to himself, not enough for the audio to pick up. He's like, this fucking haunt has been useless to me, as he's walking by the dad. You guys don't have his name.
I don't want to.
But this guy looks a lot more familiar to you guys. Something that Cal may have described to you, an Angel. So you guys can pause it real quick. Yep. And you guys, what do you guys want to do? You pause it on this guy's face.
Well, I cough up what he said. And I assume I wouldn't make the... Did I hear what Cal said that made the connection?
You did. You don't know what the guy in the brain dance would look like. But you do
Okay.
know that there's a higher person. The way this guy spoke, saying this hall is doing nothing for me, is kind of a sense, you'd understand that something somebody in charge might say.
I just say, seems like this guy's the one in charge. Are you sure he's not the one you're looking for?
Yeah, Cal, you kind of glance over. His face absolutely looks familiar to you.
There's that Viking looking fuck. Yeah, that's him.
That's the
Keep
fucker.
going, keep going. Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Give me a minute. I mean, like Zygeist goes over, takes a picture, and just sends it off, going, "Can you run this face, see if anything pops up?"
What you guys now notice, now that everybody's kind of watching, is he's not wearing the helmet, but he is wearing like red knight armor, like plate, but doesn't have the helmet on. The minute he gives the dad a glance, like an evil fucking look, right? You can tell in the camera, just evil, and then he throws the helmet on and walks into. You just guys see him kind of walk up to the scav room. The two guards don't even blink an eye, and he just walks right in. Is what you kind of notice.
Oh. Meh.
That's all you get from that part, because obviously he's not following him into the room or anything.
And I just kind of say to El Chayote, see, don't feel bad. He was dead already. He probably saved his kids' lives.
Do I have to roll again?
No, you already rolled it for this particular scene, so you're okay. You can role play it how you want, but you don't have to roll the.
Do you have to rub it in?
How much is left
just
on the video?
Scavs aren't leaving witnesses.
You're not wrong.
If you need to go get some fresh air, go grab some now.
Yeah, we can take over. It's all good.
I need to grab a smoke. I don't even smoke.
Just breathe in the nice city air. Perfect. Golden.
Same thing.
Same thing.
How much time is left on the videos? Because Cal's still looking for, like, if they make mention of a location or a person, or like just looking for any actionable intel.
Okay, guys. Yeah, he raises a big red flag.
Who?
Points at the screen. Him.
Oh,
I sent it in. Barney 2000 eddies.
Not bad.
Proceed with extreme caution.
My ears perk up. How many?
You get a bit of information. He's expected and for at least 400 murders / kidnappings.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper you some more. You can decide how you want to tell it.
She can't take this. She's like, it's just like scrolling the screen, guys. Yeah, so if we find him, nice bit of money back, and also getting a fucking monster off the streets. Even more than we're going there anyway.
I was gonna ask if anyone in particular held a grudge against him, if we could pinpoint the Blue Knight, but that does not narrow the list down.
No.
All right.
Yeah, so that is kind of like just like goes through. Oh, shit. How much do we want to complete the job, and how much do we care if he just dies?
Elaborate.
Put it this way.
Is he protected?
No. It's more the fact that... Do we want to put the bullet in his head? Or do we want to wipe our hands of it and let the trained cyber psychos take him out?
Oh, is he already marked by Nexstar?
Yes.
Oh, put it this way, if I know anything about him, I've got to report it up. I can't sit on it for long.
I mean, I don't think he cares how the dude dies. as long as he dies, right? And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'd rather let Max Tack take care of this because
Great. If we can provide a point of location for Max
Yeah.
Tack,
that's what I'm
all the
thinking.
better.
We
Do we still get the bounty?
Maybe.
At least partially.
Angel, Echo, while you guys are in this room, you do hear a bit of fuss. So not like immediate, like out in the room, but you hear him getting a little louder and discussing things. Angel, I'm gonna have you make me a security check on that.
Is Angel awake,
Cyber deck.
by the way?
Yeah, Angel's working on the relic cyber deck.
I wasn't sure if she was like in her cyber area. Or
Yeah, so you don't break it, but you're making progress. It'll be a couple times, but you definitely have figured out a bit how this works, where the core is, kind of what you need to do. You got it to power on to a point, but like you still need a little more to kind of get into it. You do realize it does have black ice on it. I'll give that to you. But if you successfully get into the cyber deck and successfully break into it, you have a good chance of getting something pretty good and a relic, nonetheless. Something you might be able to use.
Okay.
Echo, you are in the room with Angel if you'd like to.
There's really nothing important. It was just chatty shit.
Just a bit of small talk, here and there.
Yeah. I was gonna ask her. How do I want to phrase this? I was gonna ask her if she went to school with Arasaka. Is that where you learn how to do your stuff, your thingy with the computer stuff?
No.
Oh. So I remember I took that class when I was like 7. Totally failed that shit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then like the entry classes, like
butcher
at
yell from the other
3
room.
years old. Those were that was way too early to put me in there.
I just ignore him and go back to what I'm doing.
You can tell he's just talking. Like his eyes are like not even looking at you. They're just like looking at 4 different things.
Angel doing a lot of
okay, yeah, been there.
Been there, done that.
Yeah,
That's rough, buddy. Oh yeah. Yeah, Cal's gonna keep watching the videos just to see if a name or location pops up at any point that we can act on.
All right. So I'll have all 4 of you that are watching the videos make me another perception and concentration.
I wouldn't roll in again. I'm not watching it more.
It's fair.
yeah. Do you?
Oh no, I lose concentration. Oh yeah, what the fuck?
You end up just thinking about the supercar in the garage. You're like going,
Your eyes get sore, Cal. It's not that you're not trying to concentrate. It's just, it's real hard to stare at a screen for so long.
Yeah, I gotta take a break.
Yeah, but Butcher. So what you do notice is about an hour and a half to, also we'll say 3 hours later in the video. So you guys were watching for another 3 hours at least. You see the guy leave. You pause the video because something just, you know what I mean? You just hit something. You're like, He has an agent in his hand that's possibly visible of what he's typing on or what he's typing in. It'll take some checks and some zooming in and some work, but if somebody's good at that, it's possible somebody might even be able to.
Yeah, I shout, "Hey," and point that out to them. I don't have those kind of skills, but I feel like we should be able to get what's on that screen off that screen.
not Angel's the one that'd be able to do that kind of stuff, not me. Yeah, this doesn't seem horrific, so she might be okay. I don't know. I don't know what's been going, what she's had to deal with. But if we want to,
I'm pretty sure I could crop out just the phone to send to her.
yeah, you can do that. While she's working on that, the guy had the knight had like a Viking vibe, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the with the beard and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna mention to Cal. I know a Viking themed bar up in Watson that I've frequented more than I probably should have. May be able to see if the owner might know him. And take the car for a spin.
Do we want to take a quadra to north side?
No.
It's
Do you want? I mean, unless you want the car to get destroyed completely.
That's a
By
quick
all
way to
means.
leave the supercar, yeah.
Like,
Alright, let's see if we get anything off the guy's agent first, and then if nothing comes of that, we can try our luck there.
works for me.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Do I get a picture of the phone?
I mean, they gotta ask you and all that.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll wait until she's done with the task at hand.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
So
I pull out the katana and start like checking it to make sure it's ready.
Midwestern ninja.
so Butcher,
Hey,
you go
I got
to
my katana!
As you notice, he inserts like 3 vials into the hilt and locks it down, and you see an Arasaka logo on the blade.
Except we need tacos.
Yeah, kills. I love me some tacos.
So-
I've just got the idea of a Canadian going, "This is gonna be really tough for you, eh, bud?" He just stabs him with a poison sword.
So Butcher, you got to open the door on your typical 5-minute check. You know what I mean? You just, Echo does seem to be a little more focused on the TV just for this current moment. But Angel is done.
Oh. So I go over to her and first ask her what did you find?
I still have to work on it some more, but
Okay. Well, no rush, but when you get a chance, I send her the picture of the phone. Can we see if we can get some info off that screen, enhance that image somehow?
okay.
This
I'll go
is
ahead
the
and start working on the phone.
agent that the last guy we're looking for had in his hand.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
Angel, you get this picture of the phone. You also have a timestamp and when he was using it. So you tell me exactly what you want. But you see, Butcher, as you go to walk out, you just notice what's on the TV, and it's an ad for Echo's next gig. At the Riptide Lounge.
Riptide Lounge. I make a note of the time and date.
Okay.
And make a weary sigh.
That place
Like,
is funny because that place
better
is
get used to
normally
this.
that place is normally known for jazz, but they're trying to expand. So you might not do very well there. So good luck on that. All right, Angel. So what's your plan? So you got the timestamp, you got the picture of the agent, you know exactly when he was using it. What's your plan here?
I want to figure out what it is it says.
So you can go ahead and attempt to zoom in and kind of like what he's doing. I'm gonna allow that part for free.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to make out. Even with the zoom in, you clean it up, you do your best. It is a location of some sort. So you can get the first part of it, but you can't get the second on the zoom in.
Okay. What do I need to do to get the rest?
What do you think you need to do to get the rest? I want you. If you need a minute to get a little creative, I can snap back to the others if you'd like.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna look through my skills to see what I can do.
I got a couple ideas that you could do. So, you snap back. El Chayote's out smoking with Zeitgeist, right? You guys took a step out?
Yeah. Zeitgeist like went by the fridge to grab something to drink and just takes that with her. Just hands Chayote one.
You know, I haven't smoked in like 10 years, right?
No.
God, this
But-
sucks.
Yeah. Sorry about bringing that up. I was getting over stuff. Brain wasn't fully engaged. Sorry about bringing that up before.
What? You were drunk?
Yeah, I had a rough night after saying goodbye to Viper, but they need to be done. I'm moving and I'm good. She cracks open whatever. Like I'm guessing like real water. He starts drinking it.
Actual water.
No.
Yeah,
That's
like-
what it's called. It's actually
Yeah, it's
called
called
real
real-
water.
Real water.
Yeah. Just like hands a bottle over to the child and just kind of takes a swig and like. He kind of just leans out on the balcony, just kind of like stares out at the city, and just kind of like is there in case Charity wants to talk about anything.
It's been a long day, hasn't it?
It does. Seems like these days just getting worse and worse and closer together. Do you ever feel like just escaping this fucking place and the shit that people get up to and the just depravity of the place?
Almost every day.
Same here. I want to go somewhere where there's no neon, no chrome. You just kind of look up at the sky and you can see the actual stars. Not the arrow zaps floating around.
Can you even see the stars at this point?
Yeah, that's why. Like she looks up and you see like there's just the arrow zaps floating around. Like you can't actually see the stars
Just
in Night
ads
City.
and literal shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that
kinda
you
just
do
look,
see.
yeah, where you could like just like say like somewhere where you can actually see the stars rather than this shit.
Yeah.
But you need Eddies to do anything in this fucking place. But you don't want to come over, just chill, watch movies. Let me know.
I'll take your on that offer.
I've always got a couple of beers in.
Sure, I'll bring something up.
So you kind of just like we'll just stay there until it feels about right, and then just head back in again.
What do you think Cal's doing? Concentration broke there for a little bit.
I think it's like he's not used to staring at screens a lot, so I think he's gotten to that point where it's like his eyes are starting to burn a little bit. So he's just like laying down on a couch with like a wet rag over his eyes, just like
Tough buddy, tough buddy.
So this place does have food, as I mentioned. The fridge was filled. There's liquor. There's real water.
Real water.
Yeah. All right, Angel, you got any ideas?
I've got a few.
Nah, throw them by me.
I could be completely off with all of these, so don't mind me. Maybe the conceal to see if maybe I can like do something with the picture to make it more clearer.
Okay, it's always an option. What's your other ideas?
I completely forgot what it does, so this is also a good refresher. Cybertech, maybe?
It could work, depending what you want to do with it. The thing is, what's your like, what are you using the skills to do? So I dropped you a couple hints. I know you're kind of new to the whole cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
There's a timestamp with the time and dates, and he used the agent to send a message. So it's very possible you can kind of focus in where that message got sent, what tower it went to. That's always an option as well, right? Because you have like all the info you need to see where that would be. That would be you kind of breaching a little bit of Night City's, not that you would, you know, everybody tries. You know, their inner structure a little bit and get some info. Maybe Zeitgeist can help you with that as well. You could try to also get like clean up the picture, maybe get a number that way, because once you get the number, it's a lot easier from there, right? Once you figure out where this agent's number is, that is also a possibility.
Yeah.
You also could.
Oh,
go ahead.
What I was originally doing was I was trying to figure out the rest of that location.
Mm-hmm.
Just not sure what would help with that.
So there's a couple again. It'd be kind of hard. But what you could do is now there's no more cameras on that or in that building, but there are cameras around. It's also possible you could track him and maybe eventually catch another angle of the agents.
Yeah.
So it's more of just tracking. So you might not, you can't clean up the picture too much more. You did a pretty good job as it is to even realize that like you got half of like coordinates basically, but you need the other half.
Yeah.
So there's a couple routes you can go. You do know the brand of the phone at this point. You can also attempt to see where that phone got sold. There's a lot of things you can poke around in the Night City structure. You could track him. If you can even just use cameras really to track him through Night City if you're able to get in.
Yeah, that's probably going to be my best option, is to track him.
All right. So your best bet would be somewhere where there's a computer you can trust, or a good access points.
A computer I would trust would be back at my apartment.
Right, but what's better than that would be a direct access point. While your computer would be going through remotely, which is very possible to attempt, if you could somehow get access to something that's connected to those cameras.
Sorry, my brain's not working. I've been up since like 8 a.m. this morning.
No, you're good. I would say ask your teammates. I'm sure they'll have ideas.
Okay. I'll just pop my head out. I'll have my eyes closed just in case anything is like up.
Okay.
Pop out like this.
Is it okay to watch?
Can I remove my hand?
It's like I should turn both TVs off. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. And I'll tell them, what I got off of the picture. Do you guys know of any access points that I can get to so that I can track this guy?
I mean, there's not that many in Pacifica.
Probably back at the apartment that we were at.
Yeah, I don't have. There's not a lot of police presence there.
You do have half the coordinates, like I said.
Yeah.
Would that give us like a latitude or a longitude, so I can figure out like in what band of the city it might be?
Absolutely. I'm gonna draw a line.
That's what I was thinking. I just didn't know how helpful it would be.
Narrow it down, like, so we can like kind of look. Actually, yeah, depending on which part of the city it intersects, it might be a lot of the city.
Yeah, it could be very useful. It could also be not useful at all. It just depends where.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it's the longitude, it's going to be not very useful. If it's the latitude, it might be a bit more useful.
Oh,
we're going to come back. The night comes in the apartment again.
Back to the apartment.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
it's the latitude.
it helps, but it's also a very popular part of the
Yeah.
city. So,
Well, you know what I've learned about a lot of fanatics in this city is they sure love geocaching. And if you're looking to find anything in the city, somebody somewhere will know where it is or can find it.
It is also in one of the more well looked after areas of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Pacifica, it's not Northside, it's not. This is like the hub of the city, so this place is watched. This area is watched, so.
I mean, we certainly could head back to the apartment, find an access point, and get a more exact number, but...
What would
Well, if it's the... I mean, that's the most crowded, most secure part of Night City.
Yeah, Champ, what would be
If we could get some kind of search agent running with his face, we might be able to find him that way, too.
maybe. Champ, what's the chances I can get into, like, traffic control,
Oh,
like the traffic control?
Oh, 100%. You absolutely have access to viewing traffic cameras.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't be able to do that remotely, I'm guessing. I'd have to do that by...
No, you have at your headquarters, there's like a
Yeah.
room where, or you just have to use one of their computers. You get Angel in there.
Yeah, we could go down that route.
You
Okay,
could
yeah.
also put your own search out, but that's going to notify
Yeah.
the entire police station. Obviously, you did that. Obviously, if you put
Yeah.
a whole search situation out.
Yeah, I could take you into traffic control and we could let you scrub through the footage and see if we can find anything.
No, understand what a net runner does in net to what time it is it takes in the real world is Angel can get through a ton.
Yeah, she can get through way
stuff.
more than I could do just from just like going.
Yeah.
And I've done that enough times. Yeah. It's like I guess is bored with like she can sit through like this stuff and like because she's had to do it enough times like when she's just been on traffic duty like just watching all the cameras, but she doesn't like doing it. Yeah, if I should be able to get you in. She kind of like looks at the time. Night City never really sleeps, so there'll still be people on duty.
Yeah, if you can get me in, I can fly through those cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably be the quickest way and the best way we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Is your chaperone going to be coming along?
Oh, yeah.
I think at this point,
Yeah,
I think at this
kinda
point
get
he's
that.
a tail. Just saying.
Yeah. Are
Do you know what his
leaving?
with Exos?
Yeah, I'm about to say Echo might be he stands out a bit too much. Standing out in this situation is not a good thing.
I mean, but that's an easy fix, though. We can just get him with disguise.
It's more this part, which is the bit that stands out.
Oh, we can get duct tape.
This part. Get him a mustache. Nobody will recognize him then.
Yeah.
Hey, you say that. People talk shit about the Superman shit, but
Yeah.
it's true.
It is
It's
true.
okay. I got stuff to do anyways.
Alright. Are you... Just gotta test the budget. Are you okay leaving him here with Cal and Chayote?
I'll
Yeah,
protect them
and I
with
just
my
kind of
life.
look over and call to him. Anything happens to him, I'm holding you guys responsible.
Oh.
Look at the two tatted up combat looking dudes just look at each other and be like, the fuck?
This fucking who the fuck does this run think he is?
Echo's gonna elbow them both and be like, they're gonna look like this guy.
I just kind of smile real big and then head out the front door.
Yeah, that guy's just ignoring this and calling a cab.
Alright, he's like, guys, 25 eddies.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll pay for that.
Alright, cool.
Hey, the new guy's paying for the.
Butcher, I'm gonna give you some advantages on that. Other than the cattail just flowing around. When you order a cab, Butcher, it's somebody you trust.
Okay.
It'll never acknowledge you because that's just not the way things get done. But it's somebody you trust more. You know what I mean? You know who he is, and you know he's not going to be backstabbing anybody or do something stupid.
He's been vetted.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You request a certain driver, he comes.
He's on the approved vendor list.
His little license just has the tiny little Arasaka logo like embossed, so you can only see it if the light hits it just right.
Did we watch through like the entirety of the videos at this point?
No, you can continue if you wish, just in case.
Unless we have anything else to do, there's nothing for the three of us. So I'm
Oh, so you're dragging Echo back into the watching the videos?
No. I'm just saying, it's like, unless it's like, oh, let's go do this thing. I'm like, cool,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have nothing else to do currently, so.
We could always go out. You never know what kind of information you get on the streets, you know?
Butcher gets a ting in his neck when you say that, just out of nowhere. It's like,
His good hand feels twitchy.
Sorry, I had to put a cat in cat prison.
Mao!
I just love this, yeah. Just like that, yeah.
Oh, you do.
I mean, if you wanted to go out, by all means.
I don't know, just saying, it could be good for you guys' mental health, you know? Like, you guys don't always gotta be all doom and gloom all the time.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a difference between doom and gloom and just being serious while working.
You can be serious while you're working, or you can have fun. I've been doing this for like 20 years, man.
Fuck, you're old.
How old are you?
25.
They do start us out
Okay.
young.
they do. They really do. I mean, if you're a soccer child, you're a soccer child. You know what I mean? You're going to be trained, and you're going to be working for your whole life.
I imagine it's like the piece of music comes on, Echo just starts dancing. He doesn't even consciously do it, just starts dancing. He's been that trained.
All right, so you leaving Echo?
No, I'll stay with them.
The most petulant, childish way I've ever heard that. No.
Echo's like leaning on the door, and they're like, no, and he's like, fuck, and he just shuts the door, and like Echo's like back into it. All
I
right.
didn't want to go out anyway.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop if either of them wanted to leave. I'm not.
Oh no,
gonna stop.
no, they know that. It just Echo was expecting you guys to go with them.
I mean,
Your scary dad told you to look after me.
does Coyote want to go do something?
You did bring the Blu-rays, right?
I brought one Blu-ray and I did slide it across.
Yeah, so it's there. It's there. Yeah.
It's Zeitgeist's favorite film that had Viper in it.
It's the one that's set in Afghanistan.
I'll link up the video that I'm watching into my internal agent, so it's muted for everyone else. Just be like, it's fine, whatever.
This is what I can do with my eyes closed.
So this place does have a sick setup. I mean, it's corporal. It's got the big old TV and the big old speakers on the side. It'd be pretty loud.
You know what? I'll man the fort. I'm gonna watch Zeitgeist movie.
All right, so is it like a war one? It's like
Oh yeah, it's a historical epic set during the Soviet-Afghan War, dedicated to
war.
our brave brethren in the Mujahideen.
So not only is it, you got the speakers, this thing is a war form and you got loud speakers. So this thing is like shaking the apartment. So so Cal's just
got
sitting
the
there watching his own
THX.
video and just like,
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
Every couple of minutes,
Volchek made
Echo,
this one when the Taliban were cool again, and we needed them.
every couple of minutes, Echo points at the screen and is like, "Who's that guy?"
Oh my God.
Wait, do you do the fucking Wolf of Wall Street? Hey.
Yeah. Who's that? Why is he here again?
Oh, you're one of those.
Backstory?
Yeah, he's one of those movie viewers, the ones you don't like.
I love the idea that there's almost no plot, but Echo still forgets any of it.
That'd be good for.
Guns not fire for other people.
All right, so I guess, what's your plan of getting these two in?
I hadn't really thought that far ahead. I would suppose
This easier with or without the uniform, the corporate uniform.
corporate uniform would actually probably help.
I was about to say, 2 Arasaka agents in tow with you. Nobody's gonna ask questions.
Yeah, pretty much. I just kind of look over and go, is there any way you can kind of look more Arasaka than you already do?
Put on the sunglasses. Now he definitely looks like an Arasaka bodyguard.
She kind of looks and goes, That actually helps way more than I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his outfit too, right? You could change it to like the typical like Sokka branded
Right.
stuff and the sunglasses. Angel also technically would have a Sokka,
Uniform.
nice outfit that she could also throw on just to look the look.
Yeah.
I've got dress blacks. I've got my tactical uniform that I'm wearing.
Actually, I think Angel can just change her outfit at just whenever she wants.
I've even got Academy PT uniform.
All right,
suit will be enough. Suit will be enough.
So this is funny because this would have been a perfect role for Viper. Yeah. So Butcher, you kind of put all your Sokka stuff on. Angel can put on a bit of her, anything she does of the official Air Soccer stuff, so they both look official.
Yeah, in that case, I'll leave the sword, and I'll leave the gun in the car, but it's coming with me, and the knife is hidden on my person.
Yeah, so as she kind of walks up to like the kind of reception area, just like scans her badge and just says, "Corpo business." I don't know.
She looks over and notices Angel and Butcher wearing Arasaka branded stuff, and she just nods and gets back to like just typing.
Yeah, like she kind of leads them through swiping her card when she needs to get them into one of the private rooms for the times when certain corporations need a bit of help. And just kind of like swipes them in and just like, I imagine there's just pretty much there's 2 comfy chairs, a computer, and a desk. That's it.
All right, so you're getting them into the viewing room though, so that'd be a little. That's not hard, but there's already somebody in there, so you got to figure that one out. So you go to slide your badge. You have access. It's not like you don't, but somebody's sitting there like popping through some of the traffic cams. And he notices you open. He's like, "Hey, I haven't seen you. I thought you were off duty."
I am, but like she kind of like puts her hand over.
Oh, son of a bitch! And he just gets up and he just walks out.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Kind of make my presence known through the crack in the door behind him.
He goes, I don't want I want this bothering the fuck out of me. And he just leaves.
Yeah, she kind of like, I'll buy you coffee and donuts next on me next time. Like, pats him on the shoulder. She walks out. He's like, she's kind of like going, like all of us have done this before. It's kind of like it's just the normal thing, which is annoying as fuck. Like it's like the celebrity ride-alongs that cops have to take, like the celebrities on who wants to go see what it's like to be on the job, and she's like, this is the most boring thing in the world.
As you guys sit down, I mean, well, Angel sits down in front of this, now traffic system, and I know Butcher would be right by the door. You're called out by your last name. I'm gonna type it out to these two.
I'm gonna be the only motherfucker who does not know about this.
you would have seen Zygeist's badge enough times when she's checked the merchandise. So you would know. You probably would know her surname unless you have a cat.
Cal knows. I, as an individual, have no fucking.
Oh, yeah, Officer Blank. Once they realize you're in, this is your sergeant or one of the night ones. Goes, yeah, you step into my office. Didn't even realize that they're even in the traffic room.
Yeah, like she just goes, yeah, sure. They just kind of just looks over and they go, I'll be back. Just escort you out. She kind of closes the door behind her.
So they ask you to take a seat. It goes, I know you're off duty, but you got I have some questions.
Yeah, go ahead. I've got nothing to hide.
All right. Well, so currently there's been some talk about you taking evidence for yourself.
Yeah.
Before you speak, let me continue.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put in a request for a particular wanted criminal after being accused of tampering and taking evidence. Now, I gotta understand how this looks. This looks real bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna tell you right now. I got somebody sniffing my ass, basically, at this point. It's fucking ridiculous. They're getting real close, real uncomfortable, if you get what I'm saying about you.
She reaches down and, no, she just pings across 500 eddies.
I see.
Huh.
I see. You know what? It must have been internal issues. Don't worry about it.
No problem. She kind of just like giving that knowing look like, I'll try to be better next time. Sorry about this. Like, kind of like, sorry.
Yeah. All right, Angel. Are you going to go ahead and plug into the computer? All right.
Yes.
So even though you have access, you know, let's say that guy's even logged in, you still have to make the crack because you're trying to get into the system and not just view it from the outside because you want more info. You want to use the tools at hand. So it's going to be the same thing. I believe that's what you need to do to access network points.
If it's protected, it's just an interface check.
Yeah, because you get direct access, which lets you bypass certain things. It's always been a minute. Yeah, so make that interface check.
Okay.
What was it?
10.
All right, so you get full access to the cameras.
Okay.
You also have access to their tools, so they have facial recognition. They have, you can put in search parameters, anything that you think would be useful. They have them. You have access to.
Okay.
Obviously, you got Butcher kind of standing in the doorway of this traffic room, so you know you're good there.
I want to start off with any cameras around the haunt at that exact time that the message was sent when he was leaving.
So there's not too much around that area where that haunt was. You definitely have cameras in Pacifica, but they're all on the main road. It's really nothing you have around the haunt itself.
Okay. Then I want to see if I can't pick up his face anywhere else, as I guess wherever he's going, if it'll pick up anywhere.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna have you make an investigation check with a bonus.
Ooh.
Because you're using their tools. I don't know where investigation is. Your guess is as good as mine in there.
That's what I'm looking for.
You don't have investigation, I don't think.
Oh yeah, that is probably not a thing. So go ahead and just do the
tracking.
Yeah, do tracking. Oh yes. Oh, go ahead, Butcher.
I'm getting caught up between my games here, but I thought there was one for. I could be wrong. For like.
Yeah, I play so many different kind of games. I always forget what's
I know.
available.
Yeah, there's a perception, there's tracking, there's
Deduction is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's your logical conclusion skill.
So after a bit, I mean, there's almost no time for you. It feels like a long time for you, but really, real time, it really wasn't too much. You do get to pick up his basically, we'll say his scent. You can pick up his face. Crossing the Pacifica Bridge.
Okay.
So he's going north. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to track him.
All right, you get to make one more tracking check, but now it's going to be a lot easier now that you got a lock on like what he's driving and what he's looking like. Okay. I'm going to roll against you.
Certain parts of NCPD are underfunded. Surveillance is not one of them.
Oh my god. I had to roll a 10, by the way, is the only way. So you do lose track of them at some point, and it's because of that. It's because you hit a turn one point, and the cameras are out, like a bit on that road. There's some power outage, maybe they're fuzzing. But I'm gonna make you definitely get a way better location.
Okay.
Oh my god, I don't want this. Hold on. Let me delete that.
Mm.
So you're able to pin that hole, and if you match that with your coordinates, so it's actually so now you kind of have a good idea by putting 2 and 2 together. The line's not straight, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
So between matching kind of like where you lost them, where the half of your coordinates were, you're able to pinpoint this spot right here.
Okay.
And what is there? Well, you can look.
I do. And what street is that? I can't read that.
It's in University District?
No, there's
The
actually
University
street names on them.
Oh,
I just can't read it.
Yeah, I can't read it. It gets blurred out when you zoom in.
It's
Yeah.
right
It's
above
fine.
Harlan Street.
The Iron Maw.
Can you move the circle a little bit?
Oh, the street name's right here. Right underneath the circle.
Oh, that the one on the Haaken Street? No.
No.
I do see Haaken. Hawkins?
Atkins? You know what? We're just gonna call it the street.
I-18 in South Night City. That little section there.
Yeah, but I want to see what that is.
They have a name.
Kind of makes sense if once you look it up.
Mm-hmm.
He's pinging it on the right there on the.
Oh, no.
It is
no, I was looking at the wrong one.
No, I mean it's an abandoned factory with rusted machinery. Now a hotspot for brutal melee skirmishes.
I at first thought it was the one underneath of it, grill and grind, cheap synth meat, and just went, oh no.
Oh, no. That's where the meat's going. That's where the bodies are going. But yeah, it is an abandoned factory with rusted machinery.
I found the place you're thinking of. Where is it? I've lost it now.
And that's the only notable place on that road. Like, it's literally just an abandoned factory. You do make a library search for me.
As soon as I close my sheet so that I can look at the map.
You can just double click your sheet and it like fades into the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you click the top, like you can just double click it and it fades. Then you can double click it to open it up.
Oh, it only works if you do the in-game window.
That's good. You can figure out, because you know it is an abandoned factory, but there's a lot of melee skirmishes here. It is a ring. It is an arena. It is known for its melee skirmishes because people come and fight for money and entertainment.
So he's either fighting or he's betting on someone.
Or he's recruiting.
Or he's forcing people to fight, or he's recruiting. There's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple.
There's several.
But that's what you currently got.
Okay. I will send out the location to everybody else.
All right, you're still plugged in.
Since- Yeah, since they
Okay.
know like what I'm doing, I'll go ahead and send them the information.
Yep, you guys get the address, kind of like with the information underneath it. All of your phones just go off. Chayote, you don't notice your phone go off. You're so into this movie.
I mean, no, it's on me. It's on me.
Then you ignore it.
No, I would have put it on
Yeah.
ignore when we.
Well, it's not ignoring the call. It's just a message you haven't looked at yet.
Well, either way, as soon as it comes through, I'm gonna throw my feet in there and go, "Okay, time to go."
Once you get the location, I just say outstanding to Angel.
Would we know if the Iron Maw is this legal arena fighting or is this a little more underground?
It's illegal, but nobody does anything about it illegal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
To be fair, there's nice city police that partake.
Yeah. Fair.
Yep.
Good place to make some money if you don't die.
Yeah.
Keyword.
Angel, you obviously you unplug,
Yeah,
and Butcher tells you outstanding.
thank you.
At this point, Zeitgeist comes in with two cups of like styrofoam, like cheap shit coffee. Good coffee. Puts them down.
Angel, that felt like hours to you, by the way, and it was 10 minutes in real time. Literally, Zeitgeist literally just left that office with the 2 cups of coffee, and you felt like you were in there for a couple hours.
I take a sip of the cheap shit and just like, they don't really give you guys much of a budget around here, do they?
What do you think? Everybody hates us. They hate us more than they hate the corpos, which is quite impressive if anything about it.
Well, I got the location. Do we want to head back? Or do we want to maybe scout it out?
I think we should probably head back and make some plans,
Yeah,
and then scout it out.
There's another place you want to just rock up to on a whim. Yeah.
What are you talking about? We had the element of surprise.
I mean,
All
nobody
right.
told us that place, so we're on our way there.
Well, I mean, you guys are messaging. The one advantage in this kind of theme in Cyberpunk is you guys, information goes back and forth between you guys as you please.
Yeah, like
In group
we
chat.
have integrated
Yeah.
fucking.
So, I mean, if you know, Zeitgeist and Butcher, I mean, Butcher's not part of the group chat, I'll be honest, not yet. But
Yeah.
but if Zeitgeist says, hey, we're coming back, let's plan, you guys obviously wouldn't be like, let's go. You know,
Oh, hey,
like,
perfect. More time to watch the movie.
oh, so Echo puts his feet up, like, let's go, and then gets the next message, we're on our way back. It's like, oh.
You sit back down, you motherfucker.
All right, so they head back. As you guys kind of meet up back in the apartment, we'll take a quick break here for you guys. I didn't really get a good stopping point, but this is a good point because you guys are going to just be planning. Just break.
Break? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a good stop to stop for a couple minutes, so you guys can take a break.
Okay. That works.
So you guys meet up at the apartments. Now it's the planning stage, which I estimate will take the rest of this session. So go ahead and discuss it.
Oh, I get the idea that probably on some back alley, well, black page kind of like part of the net, there is probably video recordings of what happens in the Iron Maw. Like somebody streams it to some part of the net. So I should imagine Zeitgeist would just kind of like take the laptop, they'll be watching all the stuff from, just go on the search history, find the website, just click it on going. That's what we're dealing with.
Great, so like Redline, but even less rules.
Yeah. And no security.
That looks fun.
Security in that area? Are you fucking kidding me?
They are
Yeah.
the security.
Yeah, Redline has security at least. This place, no.
Hmm.
You're just as likely to get stabbed in the crowd as you are in the arena.
So do we infiltrate, try to blend in with the crowd during a fight, and take him out then? Do we take him out on the street?
That's just assuming either he's fighting, or he's obviously just standing around in there.
Oh, you all can make me a Streetwise for more info.
Okay.
It's a high one though, so good luck.
Oh no.
What's Streetwise again?
Oh, hi.
Social.
Social, that one.
Why?
Social.
Why?
Oh, you got
14.
I'll spend 5 points.
Oh.
All right, 5 points of luck on the. All right. Oh, I did give you an extra one, right? So you're using that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
A lot.
All right, Echo. This makes sense because it's a big scene. People watch entertainment. This is something you might want to be part of. You know that they don't vet. Obviously, you pay. You promise you pay. You go in. The problem is the price is 250 eddies per head to get in. And you are expected, I mean, it doesn't mean you guys do, but you are expected to throw at least 200 eddies in bets also once you're in. Like if you don't, you're not going to be welcome back, or you might even get your ass kicked. You're not quite sure, but it's going to be one or the other. You're expected.
They waive that for fighters?
They do waive that for fighters, because fighters cannot bet. Do they? Yes, but they're not supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a potential idea. We get 1 or 2 people in, one of which being Angel. You manage to get, not as a fighter, just in the crowd. You manage to hopefully get eyesight on the guy. You send him an anonymous message saying, "You've been burned, get out of there." Rest of us outside track him to a discreet location. I'd rather not start a fight in the place where they start fights, you know? So if we can get him away from that location, awesome.
We're gonna have
question
2
is-
dozen psychos on top of us in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because the question is, would he be able to track where the message is coming from?
I think that's up to your skills as a netrunner, isn't it?
Depends on my skills and his tech.
Maybe.
We can give it a shot, though.
What if? How good is this guy? How good are his resources in terms of runners?
So it's self-explanatory. My only background to is, remember, he's just a scav, ideally, or maybe or you know what? You guys would know he's a little better than an average scav for sure. He's probably smarter than an average scav. So,
if he's come up with the idea of brainwashing civilians in order to become soldiers for him, then I would imagine that he's smart enough to have resources at his expense, you know? So what
I'm wondering is, do we, depending on how good we think he is, if we think he's going to trace this message back, we put the location we really want to ambush, and we put that as the location that they're going to find when they trace.
Is that?
Yeah.
He is ex-military, possibly. Also, we remember we said we wanted to stick max tack on him, not deal with it ourselves.
We
Impossible.
could also do that.
And I don't think Max Hack is going to touch that place with the 10-foot pole.
They're not.
But if we can get him to a secondary location and be like, "Hey guys, I have an anonymous tip for you. He's right over here."
Yeah, I'm in a little bit. Well, I was in a little bit of hot water. I'm kind of smoothed over now. I can sit on that for like his location for maybe 8-12 hours max before I have to stop.
I doubt we'll need that long.
No, but just we've got a bit of a timeline. We don't have infinite amount of time on this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're going to move quick.
Yeah, because I can use the excuse of like I need to vet that this was right. I need to vet the information that I've got. I'm not gonna give you. I'd rather make sure the information is right than send them on a false lead. I can work that into the story kind of, but we do need to. The timeline needs to be arranged. So
sooner better than later.
Yes.
Gotcha. I mean, I think we gotta. All we need is a place to put him at. Other than that, I think we got a plan.
What's the quietest place within?
I guess also, do we want to get involved, or just Max Tech's hands, let them handle it, or do we at least want to confirm?
Confirm he makes the location. We don't want to send.
I'll give you a heads up. If this helps you guys decide, if Max Tech is called in, you guys won't get anything of the bounty.
Kind of figured, but it's also like split up among 6 people.
It's up to you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah.
We get bounties that we can go after that are just for us. I'm okay with letting this guy go, personally.
Personally, like guys, would rather not deal with another knight.
I'd rather not have to deal with this individual in a straight up firefight. So that's okay. I'm down for that.
Lead him to another location. Tip off Max Tech.
Yep. Have a couple of us at the location just to confirm that he arrives. But yeah,
And it serves my purposes because even if Max Stack doesn't kill him, he's off the board.
yeah. I guess okay. So individual locations. I assume so. We got Angel and maybe one other person in the actual club.
But you know who the other person's gonna be if Angel's going in.
Probably. We got. I can be the go-between between that place and the other location, just tailing them behind through traffic. And then the rest of you, unless you wanted to go elsewhere, just be there.
I think that's the best
Hiding?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
And I'll follow them in case they go anywhere else. But yeah.
Yeah, you give me a running update of where they are. I can say I spotted him. I'm calling it in, and I'm giving them a location that's actually feeding to me.
Yeah. Great. I think we got a fucking plan. How are we so much better at planning than the FP? It is insane. Wow.
I think because we're actually characters which have some amount of resource.
Yeah, we actually give a shit about planning. Yeah, I think we're set. What time of the day is it currently?
It's pretty late, so it's like 8, which is good time because the fights
Which
don't
is
happen.
good time
So
for a fight club, yeah.
yeah.
I think we knock this out tonight.
Yeah. The question is, what location do we want to draw them to? We can't. If it's too far away, it's going to be.
They're just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, there's a chance if he traces it and he pings it, and we say somewhere like hit.
Also assume, just to help you guys out, because I know you guys' plan. Assume that he can't also pin it. What happens then in the message? Just make sure. My point is, make sure you type in chat when you guys decide what exactly the message is that Angel is sending and where it's from.
I mean, it's pretty close to the docks. If we can just find like an abandoned warehouse or shipping container or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just make sure that we're in the same place we're pinging it from.
Sounds like we have a good plan.
Jay at the salvage yard, massive flooded site for scrap ships and cargo. Scavengers love it.
You see as my eyes turn blue, like I'm checking something in my agent real quick. And then, like, well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm gonna need a small loan to get into the club. I'm having a cash flow problem right now. I don't have $250 to get in there, or 200 to wager.
Rough, dude.
You don't have 450, Eddie. How are you affording rent?
What's rent?
This was an unexpected job that came after an unexpected non-payment on a job.
Shit happens.
You got to work on a furlough?
You got fucked over at a job, and Arasaka's like, "Great, you're on kitty wheels from now on." Damn, dude.
I mean,
that's a punishment.
It's better than going on vacation.
You're not wrong.
Bodyguard is not my normal detail.
I can tell.
He's the guy that sends him on vacation. Wait, what? No.
I mean,
Yeah, if you check his corporate ID, it just says travel agent.
We'll get you.
Yeah, we can sort that out.
Yeah.
God, him being broke is great. I love it.
I'm going inside 2.
Oh, okay.
Like I showed up at the diner right off a plane from Bogota, just so you know.
So then Zeitgeist and Chayote at the other location. Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to be nowhere near Max Tech.
Fair.
So instead you want to be in an arena with a bunch of psychos paying money to have people beat the shit out of each other.
Definitely more comfortable there than with Max.
Hey,
It sounds like home.
if our cards align, y'all might make some money while you're in there as well. You bet, right?
I was just thinking, yeah.
Hopeful.
Which might make his money back.
Yeah.
What I know about Iron Maw is it's all bare knuckle.
It's bare knuckle and cyberware.
Gotcha.
So if you have mono
you can't
wires,
have
for
it.
ex-
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't
So
have
people
exterior
regularly
in
die.
your arms.
So people regularly die in this place.
Oh yeah. There's been a lot of death. You wouldn't know they even have a cleaning crew.
Yeah.
It's literally somebody just.
It's
hosing
that
down
synth
the
meet
arena.
down the road.
Yeah.
Did the three? I just realized we're sending the 3 Arasaka motherfuckers into a fight club rather than the people who probably go to fight clubs. Do you guys want to wear anything different, please?
I put my
I mean, I dress pretty normally.
Saka ninja stuff on.
I put my normal clothes on.
Is
My
it
street
the I
clothes
Love Night
on.
City shirt?
I love
And-
Night City.
And whenever it happens, I give Cal the katana, and just don't say a word. I just hand it to him and give him the eyes. Like, this is going in the car, and I expect to get it back exactly the way it looks. This thing means more to me than my life.
I think that's
yes,
your
I'll-
life.
I'll hold on to your katana.
Yeah.
Carl, have you sold the bike yet?
They are working on a buyer.
What
Right.
bike? What are you talking about?
I stole a bike from one of the knights.
Well, that's cool.
It might, if no one's bought it yet, it might be worth us, me and Chayote.
Well, it's in the Badlands now. It's
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a case of like, if it's just in the camp that's like not too far away, then possibly drive out and grab it and come back, then he's kind of thinking maybe it could, in case they don't go to where we think they're
I
going.
mean, Angel
me and
has
Chayote can-
Angel has a super bike.
Yeah, but would you let me and Chayote?
It is Saka
question.
property
Okay,
technically,
but
so
That's what I was gonna say. Is it hers or is it?
I mean,
Alright,
she give you the
Saka's
keys. That's all that you need to use it.
That's the other question. Would you trust me and Chayote to ride
Your
it?
paycheck.
Exactly.
I will.
I have a driving skill of 14. I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. I'm not as good as Cal. Keep it on.
Mine's actually pretty
You,
good too.
you can rent a car technically.
You have the funds to pay me back to repair it if something happens to it.
Maybe.
No.
I mean,
No, probably not.
Angel would know that they're not Cal. Cal definitely has resources to fix these things if something were to happen to
Yeah.
it. They technically do not. It's Cal. Cal's their resource. So.
Yeah. It's just kind of like the other point you pay for. I just kind of look over to kind of like, how many beers and pizza do I need to buy to equate to that amount of? Yeah, I can't afford.
Oh, that depends on the damage, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
If we get to it.
Into hookers and below territory, not just pizza and beer.
I do, my guy. I have an output. I'm good.
That's it. He's already got that bit covered. I can't really help with that bit.
I will hesitantly hand Zeitgeist the keys.
Wait, we don't need to. We've got the quadri downstairs. We'll take that.
Oh,
Nothing screams discreet like a fucking Quadra.
I don't give a fuck. It's not mine.
I mean, it
These
is
are
a super
users.
bike though too, technically. So
Yeah,
It's a
like,
supercar, yeah.
It's not
Probably
going to be
just
subtle no matter what we
scream.
take.
it probably
What were you
doesn't
saying,
scream Arasaka as much as my bike would.
True.
whenever
So
she
that's
starts
probably
that bike, it goes
exactly-
Arasaka every time she starts.
I
it.
imagine just like has holograms on the side of just the Arasaka symbol.
Oh,
Like on the wheels, like just has the Arasaka hologram like spinning.
Yeah, that's what I
it's
mean. Like,
literally-
you know how they have the smart computers and it just says Arasaka as the computer turns on the bike.
it's the initial D Tofu car, the
Yes.
Primo, but with
Right,
Arasaka.
literally
outside.
says Arasaka.
Yeah. All right, so you guys kind of have a plan. You can take the Quadro. That's fine. It's a 2-seater. You'll fit. Now, so you guys? All I ask.
I'm driving.
Oh, you guys can just fight over that later. I'll let you guys do rock paper scissors.
I give let's fight. Like we just like go grab the key. It's just like an arm wrestling to try and get the key.
All right. So the only thing I will ask for you guys, so you guys are right and I'm right, is I want this text message typed in chat.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're sending to them, and the location. You guys said some little place around the dock, right? Some place a lot
Yeah,
of.
I was thinking around like J8 where there's a scrapyard, like that kind of area.
Okay.
I guess hypothetically, if we include the location that we are pinging it from, then like in the message itself, like, hey, meet here for a safe location or whatever. Like we could word it a little bit better, but like if we include it, just in case he doesn't have a net runner, to be like, found the coordinates, you know, just to be like, we gotta get him here.
You know what? I think I'd feel better, and they'll be safer if I'm actually outside the venue, laying low,
Okay.
watching the exits. That way, if this guy tries to make a speedy exit, just if
Well,
you
that's what
guys
I'm
get in
there for.
trouble in there, say the word, and I'm in.
Right, but so you wouldn't be quite in because there will be security, so it wouldn't be quite like you could just run
That's
in.
right. Never mind.
So, and Cal's already on that duty. That's what he said. In case he does leave or go a different route, Cal will be able to let you guys know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you want the loan, I can loan you 250. That's fine.
But you got to loan him 450.
450.
That's fine.
I'll give him the 200 with the expectation that if we win, I want that fucking money back.
Yeah,
I'll do my best to get you a good return on your investment.
I give you the other 250.
This is not the first time he'll have bet on the fights.
All right, so Butcher, go ahead and add 450 eddies to your inventory, just so we don't forget. You 2 minus off your eddies, so we're calculated right.
Already did.
Nice. All right, so the message, you don't have to type it out. So you're saying you want to say, hey, you've been burned, come here, this is the location, and you also want the ping to be from that same location if they track it back. That's your plan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we put in the message, come alone? Or is that too...
That seems too on the nose.
I think it's a little too obvious if we do something like that.
And how many people he brings with probably ain't gonna fucking matter.
If you're calling Max Tech, you know for a fact that he can bring 10 scavs. It ain't gonna fucking...
Overkill is under... Yeah. They aim for overkill and they hit it every single time. Max Tech.
I guess the primary issue with Max Tech, I'm 100% down with the plan. Just a little thought process. There is always a chance that they are not gonna kill him, and they're just gonna be like, yoink.
True. It is a chance.
Yes, but
he's not gonna go quietly.
What they do to him is gonna take him off the board.
Yeah, basically, that's what it's saying. Like, even if they take him as part of a group, who gives a shit at that point? He's been reprogrammed.
As one thing we also need to make before you send that message, as soon as you spot him, let me know so I can start ringing the right people to eventually get through the chain. Because it's going to take me some time to get through the chain to talk to the right people to give them the information from the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what I'm good at. Buying time.
Yeah, Echo 1v1ing a Cyber Psycho.
Well, here's the thing. Buying time without attracting attention.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that's easy.
All right, so it seems like you guys got the plan. Butcher's got the money, so let's run it back real quick. So Angel, Echo, Butcher, you're going in. Cal's gonna be right outside the venue in case he goes a different route and whatever he needs to do. And then Zeitgeist and Chayote will be sitting with the non-looking car at the location with this Quadro. Right, that's the plan. You send a message in, those three go in. Angel, Echo, Butcher, you will get to bet because you have to bet to technically be expected to blend in. So you guys will run that a bit. You guys will be able to validate some of them and make some checks. So Zeitgeist, El Chayote, is Zeitgeist there? I can't see him.
Yeah, I'm just right.
Oh, all right. So how are you guys solving who drives?
Roll off. Whoever gets the highest on a D10. Or do you want to do rock paper scissors?
Let's do death dice.
I don't know what
Not
that is.
actual death dice.
I don't know what that
I'll
is.
tell you, OJ puts a bullet in Zeitgeist's skull. I'm driving.
No.
I put a bullet into the chain. I put a bullet in the magazine, forgetting it's not a revolver. It's just a. It's just it's
Normally you start at 100, but we can make it quicker here. We'll just do the D10. But for future reference, Death Dice, we both roll from 100, and then we roll whatever number we roll. You roll first, or I roll first.
Right.
All counting down to whoever rolls 1.
Basically, yeah, so you have 100 hit points, and every time you roll a dice, you lose that amount of hit points.
Okay.
Something like that, basically.
Yeah, can do.
Oh, you guys could rock, paper, scissors if you just want to message me whatever you guys decide. I hope that answers that.
I already rolled.
Okay. That's fine.
All right, so Zeitgeist has the keys. All right, it's a little early. We're going to stop here because obviously we need to stop before we enter this arena because it's going to be a whole big thing. So we'll go ahead. We'll stop here right before you guys head out.